Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Mount Carmel Area High School Red Tornado Football. Tonight, the Red Tornadoes kick off the 2007 campaign by taking the long trip down to Biglerville, Pennsylvania, where they'll take on the Biglerville High School Canners. I'm Warren Altamore, along with my partner Wayne Brokenshire, bringing you the game from an absolutely beautiful stadium here on the Upper Adams School District campus here, and we're looking for an excellent game here to start the season off.
Well, I'll tell you, coming down, this is the first time I've ever been down in this area, and it is gorgeous. Coming down through all the apple orchards and everything else, and now you know why they're called the Canners. But yes, taking a look at the Tornadoes coming out with a great squad, I think. A squad that's worked very, very hard since the end of last football season and over the winter, especially in the weight room. Looking at some key positions, of course, Washaleski at quarterback. He is going to be the key to this whole thing. As we wait for the announcer for Biglerville here. Looking at the Biglerville team, this team is coming in with a larger squad size-wise than what they had last year, Warren.
Well, the Red Tornadoes, again, a lot of familiar faces, some new faces going to be sprinkled in, like every year, every beginning of the season. But the familiar faces are the ones to really talk about. Number one familiar face is number 7, the quarterback, Marcus Washaleski, coming off the aborted year last year where he got hurt in the Bloomsburg game and didn't play another down. He expects to have an absolutely breakout junior year. We remember what he was like in his freshman year when he set every freshman record there was in throwing the ball. So we expect a big game from him. You're also going to see in that backfield, and these are another familiar face from last year, you're going to see both Demetrius carrying the ball back there for the Red Tornadoes.
Haynes.
You'll see Haynes back there and a couple other guys, but those are the guys you'll see the most as we go down the roster. So it looks, again, the familiar skill people are still here. We're going to look at some receivers and things like that. They're going to be a little different than last year, of course, with Bohutsky being the main target last year, and he has graduated. So you'll see some new faces too. But all in all, a stronger and a faster Red Tornado team than we saw last year.
Yes, I think the weight room is going to prove the big difference this year in our record and how we finished the year off. We had some injuries towards the end of last year. We sort of slowed down a little bit, but I think this year the weight room is both down at the high school and up at Star Gym, and I do believe that it's going to make a big difference in the way you look at football at Mount Carmel.
Now you can see they're out for the coin toss. The Red Tornadoes won the coin toss and have declined, so they'll go on defense to start. The Canners will receive. You can see which way they're facing. The sun is actually goes across this field, not so much in anybody's eyes until you look over towards us. But it's slowly, the shade is slowly moving across. But a beautiful field. The surface of this field is fantastic. I mean, it is absolutely pristine for a field. I know it was a tough year with no rain and things, but they did actually very well. We're going to pause here for the national anthem.
For their rendition of our national anthem.
Okay, folks, as you remember last year, this will be the second game of a 2-game series for the Red Tornadoes. The Canners coming up last year to the Silver Bowl, losing by a 28-6 score. We come down here. This will be the end of the series. We will not see Biglerville for the foreseeable future, and this will be a theme throughout this year as we play teams that we will not see again as we enter into a new conference next year and add probably 5 new teams.
And 5 new teams. It will be a whole new schedule next year. What will be really nice is that all the travel will be close, and I think that's why the conference was set up, to cut down on the cost to all the school districts.
All right, we get ready here for the kickoff. Haynes will be doing the kickoff duties for the Red Tornadoes, but unlike other years, the punter will be different. He'll be actually Wasilewski, and Wasilewski actually will be doing the extra points. So a little bit different this year, but Haynes right now will be handling the kickoff duties.
Mount Carmel will tee it off.
Deep down for the Panthers will be number 2, Kyle Whitmore. And I can't see the guy on the other side there yet. There, 42. 42.
James Haynes
Wagner for the Canners. And we are moments away, folks, from kicking off the 2007 football season. And it is off. High kick taken down around the 15-yard line. Wagner brings it up, and Wagner brings it up over the 30-yard line, up to about the 30-yard line where he's 31.
On the defensive side for the Tornadoes, the left end, number 28, Julius Demetrius. The left tackle, number 60, Chris Steck. The nose guard, 64, John Long. The right tackle, Billy Juraski. The right end, James Goins. The left linebacker, number 50, Phil Chicatano. The right linebacker, 42, Sean McCullum. The left cornerback, number 1, Matt Kovaleski. The right cornerback, number 9, Matt Morose. The free safety, 32, James Haynes. And the strong safety, Dave DeMarco.
Whitmore in the shotgun to start this game off for the Canners. He looks downfield, and he is caught. A great catch by number 81 for the Canners. That's Krohenbaugh, and he takes it into Red Tornado territory down at the Red Tornado 36-yard line. 1st and 10 Canners.
Well, you're going to notice with the Canners, they're going to open it up a little bit more than what they did last year. They're going to have a fake run and pass, mostly to the outside flats, just like that one.
40 or so yard completion.
Well, that's what one of the things we learned last night at Supper Club was the Canners will be in a shotgun almost every play.
Yes.
They've moved away from the I formation, which you remember last year, that's all they ran. This time a handoff, or a keeper by Whitmore, the quarterback, and picks up big yardage.
Whitmore on the quarterback team.
He's down to about the 25-yard line, and where they mark it, it looks like a first down.
Very, very close.
Advances the ball to the Mount Carmel 26.
First down, there you call it. Tornadoes on defense are in their 5-3 defense. That's their bread and butter. They've learned that over a number of years and stuck with it. Last couple of years we tried to 4-4, got out of that, and different incidents. And you see right now they're going to wait to see what the setup is on offense, and the defensive ends then will make their move.
All right, 2 big plays for the Canners to open up this game, and they're sitting down deep in Red Tornado territory at the 26-yard line. Again, Whitmore will stay in that shotgun almost the entire time. This time he hands it off to number 32, Foster. And Foster stopped dead down there by number 34 for the Red Tornadoes, and that's Goins. And that's a name you're going to hear a lot this year from the Red Tornadoes on defense, James Goins, wearing 34 this year instead of his 52, I believe it was last year.
Yeah, he was in the line. He was the right defensive guard last year. You want to talk about a kid that has really bulked up. He's probably one of the strongest kids on the team and put a lot of time and effort into off-season.
Look downfield, he has his receiver, and he's going to pick up about 5 yards on the play for the Canners. It'll bring up
81.
Third down and about, third down and 5 yards. Ball down to the 21-yard line of the Red Tornadoes.
You know, it is the beginning of the game here. Tornadoes settle down a little bit on defense. It looks like the offense is slow to develop. If you take a look with the shotgun, it's a fake to the lone halfback, and he's passing into the flats.
Whitmoyer in the shotgun again.
Whitmoyer rolls out under pressure. This time he's going to throw it short.
Yep.
And that was, you see that what the pressure did to him. It drove him further back, and the further back he went, the less he had on the ball. He wasn't able to get it downfield.
Trevor Demko, number 14, putting pressure on, along with 34, James Goins.
And Demko is 6'5", so you're going to have to throw it some to get it over him.
Yep.
It brings up 4th down and 5 now for the Canners, as Whitmoyer brings the play in from the sideline. And they'll line up in their customary shotgun formation. This I won't say it all the time because this pretty much is where they're going to be for the rest of the game. This is how they run their offense. And again, Whitmoyer on a keeper, looks downfield, and he had his man, just couldn't hold on. He had number 32 down there, Jeffrey Foster, but Foster couldn't hold it, and they turned the ball over. The Red Tornadoes stopped the initial Canner threat.
Yeah, it came out. They pulled the guards, pulling guards to block for the quarterback, and they released the halfback out into the flat, and it was just over his fingers a little bit.
So the Red Tornadoes now, their first offensive series of the 2007 campaign, and Wachleski will bring them up. He'll have Demetrius and Haynes in the backfield in that familiar I formation. Demetrius is the up back, Haynes the guy in the far back. And it goes to Haynes. And Haynes will bring the ball up over the 25-yard line out to the 27-yard line. Gain of about 6 on the play. He'll bring up 2nd down and 4.
Wide receiver, number 1, Matt Kovaleski. Left tackle, 56, Billy Juraski. Left guard, 66, Kyle Higgins. The center, of course, number 60, Chris Steck. The right guard, number 50, Phil Chicatano. The right tackle, number 70, Zach Lutz. The tight end, 88, Colin Menepace. The wide receiver, number 9, Matt Morose. Quarterback, number 7, Marcus Wachleski. The tailback, 32, James Haynes. And the fullback, number 28, Julius Demetrius.
Morgan brings the play in, and they are going to take too much time. Now, he brought the play in, they were in the huddle, and they stopped at the line of scrimmage and had to talk to each other, and it took too much time. So they're having a little talk in the huddle there among themselves, but again, those penalties will kill you, and it'll be a 5-yarder.
Well, the 5 yards that you just picked up on that first handoff is now negated.
Of course.
So it'll be 2nd down and about 9 now.
2nd and 9 from the 21.
Kovaleski left, Morose right.
And this time Haynes again, and Haynes picking and choosing his way up the field. Haynes is still moving. Haynes is still moving, and Haynes is still moving.
With a blocker.
Has a blocker in front of him, and Haynes is loose on the sideline
Keep
into
going,
Canner
Haynes.
territory.
Don't look
Picking his
downfield.
way through, and Haynes all the way down to the Canner 20-yard line.
Haynes made the mistake there. Great run by James. He was looking, as soon as he made the corner, he was looking to the inside instead of cutting down the sideline and just taking off. You catch me.
Got a 53-yard scamper by Haynes. It's 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes at the Canner 20-yard line.
Haynes goes out now to take a rest. They bring in DeMarco, number 28.
Mount Carmel with a 1st and 10.
The lone backfield now. DeMarco in the backfield as a lone back. Everybody out right. And we pitch it to DeMarco, and DeMarco cuts it upfield, and DeMarco take it down to about the 14-yard line. A gain of 6 on the play. It's 2nd down and 4.
Carry for 6.
Again, just a quick trap play off the right-hand side between the tackle and guard. Trap down on the linebacker, and DeMarco just takes it right up on a quick pitch.
Okay, now Demetrius will remain the lone back, and we'll go split both left and right. 2 guys to the left, 1 out right.
That's Quinn McCracken, number 89, out to the right.
But it's Demetrius, and Demetrius stumbling as he got the ball. He'll pick up about a yard on the play.
Around the Biglerville 13. Going to bring up a 3rd down. for Mount Carmel with the ball deep in Canner territory.
3rd and 3 now for the Red Tornadoes. As
Colin Menapace goes out, and James Haynes, number 34, or James Goins, 34, comes back in. James will run at the tight end position.
Trying to make some noise.
That's where he lines up at in that tight end. Demetrius remains in the backfield. And it's Demetrius on a quick opener. Nice play down there by number 4, Parker Showers for the Canners. And Parker Showers denied him the first down.
Tackle for Biglerville with a big hit.
It's now 4th down and 1 for the Red Tornadoes.
First down, he gave it to him.
He got it? I'm sorry.
Yep.
This is,
he put it. He brought it.
No. Let's see. This is the second time now they didn't call the first down here.
It's a first down.
Yep.
All right, it is a first down.
It's rolled a first
and goal.
First and goal from the 10 now. Okay. That took a while.
There's a full backfield for the Tornadoes.
Biglerville 9.
And it's Haynes.
Handoff to 32.
Nice spin move by Haynes. He takes it down to the 7-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 7.
The Canners bring them down after a 2-yard gain. Kirk Keller and Zach Liebram with the
Talkenbar, number 81. He came in from the defensive end position and kicked Haynes into the inside.
Second and goal at the Biglerville 7.
Again, a full house for the Red Tornadoes. Kanovich is in that backfield. Kanovich makes a great
and to the
block
outside.
Demetrius, and it's Haynes. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. At the 5:47 mark of the first quarter, the Red Tornadoes have scored their initial points of the 2007 season, and that great block was Demetrius on the corner that freed Haynes up into the end zone.
Second, there was a second one, number 66, Kyle Higgins, also made a nice block down at about the 2-yard line.
So we'll see Washaleski now in, and I said Washaleski will be doing the extra points and field goal kicking, so we'll see his first attempt here of the year, and actually it's the first time I've seen him kick, so it's a first for all of us here.
Marcus Washaleski in for the kick for the Tornadoes.
It is up, and it is good.
Mount Carmel.
So he is good on his first attempt, and it's 7-0 Red Tornadoes.
Defensive effort from the Biglerville Canners.
Some nice plays on that drive. You see James Haynes carrying the ball, especially on the initial drive down about the 20-yard line down here, picking up some initial yards because you want to get out of that hole, and he was digging pretty hard. And then all of a sudden he breaks out and he picks up 55 yards on a carry to the out. Well, actually, that went to the inside. He got a little tangled up on the inside. He kicked it to the outside himself. That's a great heads-up play by James. Took it all the way down to about the 20-yard line. He took a rest for a couple of plays. Julius was in. He carried the ball nice, and so did DeMarco in that series. So.
Now, interestingly enough, we didn't throw the ball in the entire series. The entire touchdown march was done on the ground. So, again, the Red Tornadoes showing only half of their offense on that series and still up 7-0. So Haynes will get ready to kick again for the Red Tornadoes. And he'll be kicking again down deep there. Number 8 is Lieberman, and number 47 is Meyer. This one's going to go to Meyer. I'm sorry, 42. That's Wagner. And Wagner's got some room right up the middle.
Nice
play by Washaleski to save the touchdown.
Yep. Washaleski did exactly what he's supposed to do. He kicks the ball, and he's your safety valve in case anybody breaks loose like that and he makes a tackle. And I'll bet you that's probably one of the better open field tackles you're going to see.
So Wagner gets the Canners up to midfield where they'll start 1st and 10, and they trail 7-0 here in this ballgame. 5:40 remaining here in the first quarter, and you can see that almost the entire field now is shaded. Whitmore with one back actually behind him, and he's going to give it to himself.
Play.
There's the option, and the
ball's on the ground.
Ball is on the ground, and I believe the Canners recovered it.
pitch from Whitmore, but it appears
Down to the
that
47-yard line, and now we have a flag.
Ball recovered the football. We have a yellow marker.
It's a 3-yard gain. He
on the
fumbled it. They
play.
scrambled around right in front of the Canner bench, and then at the very end of the play, when everybody got up and started walking away, they threw a flag, and it's going to be unsportsmanlike. It has to be. There's nothing else could have happened at that point in the play.
Personal foul.
On the Canners.
And it's going to go against the Canners, so I'm not sure what he
That's
said to him down there, but he said something to him that caused him to get a personal foul. And that's a tough call because, they start off on the 50-yard line with great field position, and now are going to march themselves back to about the 38.
Yep.
So
There was
line.
actually a scrum for the ball right in front of and the whistle blew, and they were still going at it. And I don't know, like you said, you never know what happens down there.
Yeah, somebody said something.
And about 20 for a first down.
So call it second down and 23.
Another option play to the outside,
Pitch
number
out to
8.
Liebram,
Great.
and Liebrum's going to be brought down there in the red tornado by number 50, Phil Shikatano.
DeMarco coming up from the corner from that safety position and making a great hit in the backfield. Unfortunately, he didn't wrap his arms to make the tackle, but boy, he stopped him dead in his tracks.
It's going to be about, we'll call it a 3-yard gain for the Canners. It's going to bring up third down now, and now it's third down about 19.
Tornadoes are jumping from a 5 to a 4-man defense, depending.
Yeah, in and out.
In and out, and it's got to be confusing to the offensive line for the Canners.
Third and 22.
Hey, this is the most wide open offense you're going to see. It doesn't get any more than this. The Canners do it all. Whitmore looks downfield, and he's got a man down there. He had his man open down there, trying to hit number 42, Wagner, but he threw it short.
Trevor DeMarco, though, number 14, coming in from that left defensive end position, put pressure on him, and that's the reason why the ball was underthrown.
Now, Whitmore is a senior, but this is his first start. The kid last year, if you remember, he was a pretty good athlete. He was probably one of their better athletes on offense. He graduated. So this guy is in his first year as a senior. The Canners are forced to punt here as it is fourth down.
21, Justin Pulowski.
Dan Thomas doing the kick. Oh. It's a good thing because the ball went right over Thomas's head. Illegal procedure on the Canners. It'll drop him another 5 yards.
We got James Haynes, number 32, down, and Pulowski. Justin Pulowski, number 21.
Pulowski's another name. He's a sophomore, but he's a kid you want to watch. When he lines up on offense, you'll see him mostly at a tailback and fullback position, but he's somebody to watch. All right, Thomas is going to try this again and hope this time the ball is no higher than his head. Still another one, and he goes way over his head. He gets a nice effort and a nice kick, a great kick actually from where he was. The ball will go down dead, at the Mount Carmel area 48-yard line where it's 1st and 10, but Thomas did a heroic effort. That's 2 snaps in a row over his head.
You got to be standing back there. The poor kid's probably thinking, oh, no, not again. Here we go.
2 in a row, and nothing he could do about it. He actually made a great effort to get the ball off.
And he did.
So the Red Tornadoes now back on offense. It's 1st and 10 as Washleski brings them up. It's Demetrius and Haynes in the backfield.
There's our first pass of the season.
Trying to hit Morose, and just to let him a little bit too much, Morose couldn't hold on.
He was his number 1 receiver on that pattern that time, dragging across the center of the field. He was open. Jared Morgan, number 2, comes into the huddle.
Morgan and Kovaleski pretty much are shuttling the plays in and out for the game here, it looks like. Haynes.
Washleski hands it off the 32.
And Haynes bulls his way down. They'll mark him down at the 43-yard line. Gain of 8. It'll bring up third down and 2. That's tough running, Wayne.
That is tough running, especially if he got down about 5 yards. He was carrying 3 guys on his back, and Now here's the thing, the ball was maybe about 6 inches away from the first down marker. He did lean out and put the ball down. They moved it back a yard and a half.
Yeah, he gave him a rough spot on that one. So third down, again, the Red Tornadoes remain in the familiar I formation. And it's Demetrius this time, and Demetrius bulls his way down, and he has the first down.
Well, let's see where they
if you see the guy across the field where he marks it, it's a first down. Where this guy here marked it, I'm not sure what he did. But we'll do the usual 10-minute wait here to see if it actually is or not.
First down for the Tornadoes.
And we're going to measure this one just to be sure.
Rolling on the field, looks like they're going to have to measure this one.
It'll be real close. I think he got it, but let's where the spot is not where he ended up at.
I'll tell you what.
It's the second rough spot of the game.
Yes, it is. It's the second rough spot, but he got it by half the football. If the lines on the field are correct.
For the past 82 years. Hot dogs, soda.
Hey, it's going to be close where he put the ball down. I don't think he got it where he put the ball at.
Nachos. And
I told you, he didn't get it.
Correct.
That was a poor spot, but
just a hair
it is
short.
what it is, and it'll be fourth down and about 4 inches for the Red Tornadoes.
He's going to go for it, of course. Good move, coach.
So Washi trots in with the play. And again, you don't need a whole lot here. All right, Wasilewski will line them up. Two guys split out to his right.
6-man line for Biglersville here for the Canners. Linebacker comes right up and
quarterback
to the
sneak,
outside.
and he has it.
Wasilewski brought down near the line.
He got it. The line judge put it on the yard marker.
This guy here in front here, though, he walks on an angle when he spots the ball. I'll tell you what. Now, that's 3 times I'm watching him, and 3 times, if you look at the guy on the far side and the guy on the near side, they're not in the same place all the time. All right, we got 2:54 remaining here in the first quarter. The Red Tornadoes up 7-0. They're in Canner territory down at the Canner 40-yard line.
Ball spotted right atop the Biglerville 40.
Kovaleski and Rose are split wide right. And it's Haynes.
32 and Haynes.
Nice move.
Picking and choosing his way down to the 35-yard line. 5-yard gain on the play. It's 2nd and 5.
He gets out into that open field, and you can see him looking over the field and where is the open spot that he can pick up some extra yards. Of course, he cuts back to the center that time, picks up a good 5 yards on that run.
Same exact formation as the play before. And it's Haynes, again, this time to the other hole, and Haynes will pick up the first down as he goes inside the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes.
Again, you take a look there at the left tackle, number 56, Billy Juraski, the left guard, number 66, Kyle Higgins, the center, of course. He played there last year and did a great job. Number 60, Chris Steck, the right guard, number 50, Phil Chicatano, who did some great work on the offseason also. And the right tackle, number 70, Zach Lutz, putting some big holes there in that defensive line to Biglersville.
This time he brings Kovaleski in motion across the field. And he looks down and he's looking for Moroz. And Moroz, a nice catch by Moroz. He caught it inside the 10-yard line down at the 8. It's 1st and goal from the 8.
Great.
Nice throw.
Nice catch. I'll tell you what. Remember Pahutsky doing that and Langton doing that a couple years ago, 2 years ago. And I'll tell you what, great catch by Moroz. He's a tough kid. He's another one, boy, to watch here.
All right, 1st and goal again for the Red Tornadoes. They said the ball spotted down around the 8-yard line. And a 22-yard pass play, Wasilewski to Moroz. This time we have DeMarco in the backfield in an offset eye, and they pitch it out to DeMarco, and DeMarco's going to try to get that corner, and he'll pick up only a couple of yards. A nice play down there by number 70, for the Canners. That's Josh Hess.
Big Josh.
So Josh Hess did what he needed to do there, and he keeps DeMarco to a short gain.
Short gain, but I'll tell you what, you see DeMarco's quick feet. He knew he couldn't get to the outside, and he cut it very quickly up between the two defenders, although tackled about 3 yards down the field.
Under 30 seconds here left in the first quarter.
Demetrius brings the play in. He'll be in the backfield with Haynes now as the Red Tornadoes get to the line of scrimmage. And again, it's going to be second down and just under 8 yards for the touchdown. Haynes will move into the slot now, and Washaleski wants a timeout as I could tell they were just not sure who was supposed to be where on that play. There are 4 seconds left here in the first quarter. They could have probably let it run out, but again, the first game, and he's not looking yet. He can't see the scoreboard. It's not to his eyesight. It's in back of him.
He can't see the scoreboard, and there's no
there's
time
no clock here,
no play clock. They started the time at 30 seconds, so, he had to get it off.
High School Booster Association is selling 50-50.
Guys, remind you, our first supper club was last night. We had a packed house. It was an absolutely great time. Really enjoyed ourselves. Coach Brennan gave us the opening game lineups and things like that, so we had a pretty good time.
This public service announcement is brought to you by your friends.
Remember, we invite you down to Supper Club every Thursday night, about 6:15 in the back room at Matucci's. You cannot go wrong. It is an absolute great game.
The first dinner, they bring the captains, did you say?
Yes.
Yes. And who was down there this year?
We had Haynes down there with us. We had Goins with us. We had Juraski with us. And Washaleski.
Carmel.
Demetrius this time, and he's going to be brought down. A nice play in there by number 32, Jeffrey Foster of the Canners. So the Canners have stiffened, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the first quarter of play here in Biglerville, Pennsylvania, with the score. The Red Tornadoes 7, the Canners 0. So as we start this second quarter, a touchdown here would be big, Wayne.
Well, it will be, but I think the big difference is you take a look at our defense this year compared to last year. I think we have a stronger defense this year, and it shows it. We're pretty much controlling the offense here.
Washaleski back to throw. He was trying to get Moroz down there, but he was under a lot of pressure. Big number 32 putting some of the rush on there for him. That's Foster. So it's 4th down and 9 now for the touchdown, and we'll see what the Red Tornadoes choose to do here.
Moroz was the only one out on the pattern that time, and if that's the case, then you're leaving more men in the block, but there was unfortunately pressure on him.
He was actually well covered down there too.
Yes.
Number 81, Tronbaugh, had him well covered.
We've got a time called on the field by Mount Carmel.
The Red Tornadoes take their second time out here now in a short period, and they're going to talk this over. I don't know what kind of leg Washaleski has, and I couldn't tell you that. I have not seen him kick, so I don't know how far out he can get for a field goal, if that's what they're thinking. But
well, you don't know.
I just have no idea.
He is kicking with the wind, though. There is a stiff breeze. If you take a look at the flags at times and the banners on top of the goalposts, they're blowing pretty good. So there is a good wind out there.
I don't think we're looking at a field goal.
I don't think so either.
He's going to call a play there.
I think he's trying to get everybody on the same page. Tell them how important this play is. You want to try to put this across the goal line
and
here.
Also, friendly thank you to Jim Showers and Growers Equipment Center, who donated the use of the Kawasaki Mule.
All right, the Red Tornadoes come out now. They got Moroz split right, and you have Haynes and Kovaleski to the left with Julius Demetrius alone back of Washaleski. And Washaleski goes back, and again the same play. And this time he tries to hit Moroz, and it's intercepted in the end zone by Tronbaugh.
Picked off in the end zone by 81 Talkenball. Changeover of downs.
So the Red Tornadoes are turned away at the 9-yard line.
The Biglerville faithful erupt here at Musselman Stadium.
And the Cannons will take over. And they take over at the 9, or doesn't it come out to the 20 as a touchback?
I thought it would have come out to
the touchback, right? Or didn't he catch
well,
it?
let's I want to see where they call this because incomplete pass.
I thought he intercepted it.
He caught it outside of the end zone.
Oh,
He was out of bounds when he caught the
I
ball.
can't see the out of bounds line down there.
Yep.
Okay.
First down at their own
All right, so it's 1st and
after that
10 from the 9 for the Canners. McMaster in the backfield behind Whitmore.
Whitmore under center.
McMaster was the ball carrier, and he'll take it out to
for a short gain of
pretty much the 9.
35.
It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Canners.
Number 6, Justin Kolokas, comes in. He's playing. Looks like he's playing the left defensive end position. He might be in a corner, a floating corner. Brings him up on the
I think
line.
he's in the backfield. Yeah, he's a corner.
But he came up.
Right, came up for
He
one.
came up last time.
Oh no, he's playing. Yeah, he's playing on the line here too.
Okay.
2nd and 10, Canners.
Ooh, oh, and that is number 34, the guy I told you about before. That was Goins, and he was in the backfield before the handoff.
And after forward progress,
And that's
Biglerville's
they bring it back.
Down to they're going to put it at the 5.
Yep.
But I mean, he was
James-
there before the handoff.
And that's
he hugged them. He actually tackled the both of them.
James is going to learn that real quick. You know, his speed is going to be just a wrecking ball for him to get into that backfield. And once he learns that, he's just going to be something to deal with.
All right, it brings up 3rd down now, and now it's 3rd and about 14 for the Canners. As Whitmore looking, and Whitmore is in the backfield again, and
Yes,
it's Goins again.
James came around from that left, and he was in a down
he came
position.
all the way around the play.
Yep, he was down on the tackle position, or he was down in the stance anyway, and came all the way around and made a big hit from the back.
For the Canners, to bring up a long 4th down.
Now it's 4th down, and the interesting thing here, remember the 2 snaps on the last punt, both of them went over the kicker's head. This time he's going to be lined up right near probably a yard or 2 yards from the back of the end zone.
21, Pulowski.
We had some movement from the Canners, which is going to now put that punter at the end line now, as the punting game for the Canners is becoming a problem.
And he's walking up to the huddle now and saying, okay, which one of you guys did that?
Come on, guys.
Okay. Which one of you guys did it?
So Thomas now under more pressure than he would have liked here to get this punt off. And I said he's standing right at his end line now. There's 9:50 remaining here in the 2nd quarter. As the Canners, a nice center that time. Thomas has plenty of time. Sends it down right in front of Haynes. And they're going to have to let it go.
Yep.
And the ball down.
Haynes was looking for the bounce, and if he would have got the bounce, there was a lot of open room for him.
Yeah, it died right there at the 30. You're right inside the 30, where it's 1st and 10 Red Tornadoes. Not much movement on the field. The ball bounced and just stayed right there.
Yes.
It didn't go either direction.
Actually, it bounced away from him because he was sort of moving in on the ball. I hope that it just bounced straight up in the air.
All right, Washleski brings him up. Kovalevsky and Moroz are split wide right here in an I formation backfield.
Washleski under center.
Washleski
ball's
keeps
on the
it.
ground. Washleski has it.
That play again, number 35, and that is McMaster. And McMaster's having a fine defensive effort here for the Canners, and he jars the bar loose. Washleski recovers, but not before the ball's back at the 36-yard line, where it's 2nd now and 15.
Tornadoes looked like they were running an option that time. It
That's
was
exactly
a fake,
what they were trying to do.
Fake dive play. Washleski rotates, and he was coming towards the camera here and hit from behind.
Biglerville 20 for a 1st down.
This time we put Haynes split out to the right, Kovalevsky to the right also with him, and Moroz the other way, but it's Demetrius, and Demetrius powers the ball down to the 31-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and 11.
Good blocking on the left side of the line that time for the Tornadoes. Of course, again, the left tackle, 56, Billy Juraski, and the left guard, Kyle Higgins, made a nice hole there.
3rd and 12 at the Biglerville 32.
This time Washleski will go into the shotgun formation for the first time this afternoon.
To get it to the Biglerville 19. shotgun snap.
Plenty of time. He looks downfield right through Moreau's hands. He had him. I mean, he had Moreau right where he wanted him. Couldn't hold on to the ball. And it's 4th down now and a long 11 for the Red Tornadoes.
I'll tell you what, take a look at the amount of time that Marcus had. He sat back there and he saw Moreau's coming across, and you saw the type of pass when he has the time. Boy, that thing was a bullet.
Yeah, right on target.
Right on target.
All right, again, we'll do the shotgun. This time DeMarco will be standing next to Wasilewski. Plenty of time. Looks downfield, and he has his man. This time Moreau's, and it's a first down. Red Tornadoes down at the Canner 15-yard line.
Nice play by Moreau's. This time, when you watched, his head followed the ball right to his stomach, caught the ball, then turned and ran.
Now Moreau's is down on the Canner sideline right now. One of the Canner trainers has run over to help him, so we'll have a break and play here.
If it was good enough for a
but that was a nice throw and a nice catch that time by the Wasilewski-Moreau's tandem. And they said they're looking at Moreau's ankle, and he's actually up now and going to trot back across. So that's just one of those dings you get right on the bone and hurts like a bugger. But he's all right. So it's 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes from the 15-yard line.
Of course, Moreau's watched. He knew exactly how far down the field he had to get before he made his cut, and the button hook there for Marcus.
So the Red Tornadoes dominating this football game every place but on the scoreboard. It's still only 7-0 Red Tornadoes, but they have been operating in Canner territory pretty much from the start of the game. Wasilewski rolls this time. He's looking downfield. He had intercepted. It's intercepted by the Canners. Looks like number 21 for the Canners, Zach Lieberman, on the interception. First interception of the year for Wasilewski, and it's Canner football.
He rolled left. He stopped. He did plant his feet. But it seemed like Marcus tried to force it a little bit. He was well covered, the receiver.
First down for your Biglerville.
The ball's out at the 14-yard line for the Canners, where they'll take over. 7:56 remaining here in the second quarter of play. This time a keeper, and it goes
nowhere
for about a yard. It looks like.
You know, they're actually running a wing tee from the shotgun position. Exactly. You're looking at Southern area here, but Southern area definitely runs it a little bit better than what the Canners are doing at this point in time.
Again, you're right. It's less of a spread now than it is a version of the wing tee offense, the way they're running it. Except that he's in the shotgun all the time, which is somewhat different for a shotgun or for a offense like that, you know, with that type of offense. But look at this formation here now. I was going to say, all right, we had everybody out on one side, and it's a handoff in the middle to McMaster, and it goes nowhere.
Now you're seeing here we got James Haynes.
That's going to bring up third down and 10.
Number 34, Goins coming in, just eating him up in the middle of the line there.
The Canner offense has been completely throttled here. In the football game. They can do nothing here. It'll be third, let's say 3rd and 9 from where they spotted the ball now. As Whitmoyer gets them set.
Number 2,
he's got 2 guys wide in each direction now. One guy stays back to help. He's under pressure, and he's going to throw it downfield, and he has his man. Excellent throw by Whitmoyer, and he got number 21 down there, Zach Lieberman. Excuse me, for the first down.
I'll tell you what, the quarterback paid for that, though, because the one that was on his back and threw him down on the ground, James Haynes again, he was in putting pressure on him. And I don't, tell you the truth, I don't know how he got the ball off.
So 1st and 10 now for the Canners, up at the 31-yard line.
1st and 10, Biglerville at their own 30. After that 15-yard completion.
Up, attaboy.
Oh! Right through the hands. He had Nick Lieberman out there, but just a little high for him, and he couldn't hold on to it. 2nd and 10.
And I'll tell you what, the reason it was high was number 14, Trevor Demko, jumping up that time, and he set himself to make sure that he didn't jump too early. He waited until the quarterback was ready to release the ball, and the ball was thrown too high.
31.
DeMarco in the defensive backfield on this series for the Red Tornadoes. Whitmoyer on the option pitch now, and they have, he
Ball's
dropped
out.
the ball. He fumbled the ball, and the Red Tornadoes have covered it. DeMarco on the recovery up at the 25-yard line. It's Red Tornado football, 1st and 10.
I was trying to identify who knocked that ball out. Because
I didn't.
He did have someone on his back there when the ball squirted.
So again, the Red Tornadoes knocking on the door, just cannot seem to punch it in. They lead 7-0, 5:53 remaining here in the second quarter of play. And Wasilewski brings the play in.
There's 6 minutes left. Watch, coach is going to keep it on the ground. I'm going out with coach is going to keep it on the ground and drive it over this time.
All right.
Okay.
Demetrius, the lone back. He has 2 guys out to his left and 1 right, and it's Demetrius. And Demetrius will power over the 15 to the 14. It'll be 2nd down and 9, Red Tornadoes.
Pick up about 2 tough yards. Defense didn't move too much on that left side of the line for Biglerville. Actually, pick up of 1.
I said
We
2nd
bring
and
it
9.
back
I
in.
said 2nd and 9.
Yeah,
I'm
I know,
learning
but-
how he does it now.
Yeah.
I've adjusted for the guy closest to us.
You already subtracted.
Yeah, I'm okay with that now.
Okay, I got you.
I've been watching him. I know where to go with him now. All right, 2 guys split to the short side of the field. Again, Demetrius, the lone back. And this time we go downfield, and we've got the big guy, number 88 for the Red Tornadoes, Colin Menapace.
Yep.
His first catch of the season, and it's a 1st down for the Red Tornadoes. They'll spot the ball down at the 9-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal from the 14. I'm sorry, 14-yard line. I'm
Again,
sorry.
you have to give that to the coaches.
The yellow lines are throwing me off when I
That's
get
not what it is.
I've got so many lines
The
going
soccer line.
I
That's
know.
what it is.
on. So first and 10 from the 14, and Haynes.
Back in the
Haynes makes a
opposite
nice
direction.
cut, and Haynes into the end zone. A 14-yard run by James Haynes at the 4:44 mark of the second quarter, and it's 13-0 Red Tornadoes.
You can see once James gets into that linebacker crew there, he's already picking and choosing in what direction he's going to run. He did zigzag down the field on that 14-yard run. Nice run by James Haynes. Great blocking in the middle of the field. By
He had a big hole to
Yes,
start
he
off
did.
with, and he's a kid. Once he gets a head of steam on him, he is hard to stop.
For the point after.
Wasilewski puts it up, and it is good. 2 in a row for Marcus, and it's 14-0 Red Tornadoes.
Again, Coach loosened up the defense a little bit that time. And all the pass plays, we've been running everything to the outside flats deep, and I think Biglerville sort of set up to protect to the outside and protect deep. And what he did, he sent Collins right down the middle, a little pass over the center in an open area.
Yeah, that was a nice drive that time. So the Red Tornadoes have been stalled at the goal for a while, but a nice drive by them, and they're in. Haynes will get ready to kick off once again. He'll be kicking off down there to number 8, Liebram, and number 42, Wagner.
Back deep to receive.
Must be taking TV timeouts that we're not sure of in this thing.
Well, they're not telling us anything. Yeah, I know.
It takes us a long time to get to the next play after the touchdown.
Haynes will do the booting for the Red Tornadoes.
Well, there's Dave DeMarco, number 26, in his kamikaze position. He's used to this. I've never seen a kid play a kickoff like he does. He's looking for the ball.
Going to go out of bounds.
Ooh, you know what?
He almost picked it up.
And it almost didn't go out of bounds.
So
He
the Canners,
took a little bit of a gamble on that one as he was watching it roll.
good field
They will
position.
come up to the 35-yard line, which is probably the best field
Here
position
with
they've had in this
4:44
quarter.
Left to play in the second quarter.
So we'll see what Whitmoyer and his game can do here. They're now down 14-0. They have not mounted an offensive threat of any type here since the very first series of the game.
We remind you folks that 50-50 tickets are being sold. See your nearest sales.
Beautiful night down here in Biglerville. I mean, absolutely a cool breeze. It's about as perfect the football weather as you can get for this time of the year. So you don't expect to see much cramping or things like that when it's just a beautiful evening, perfectly blue sky here. And it's just a great, beautiful area as we travel down here. Whitmoyer on a keeper. And Whitmoyer will be stopped and down there. Number 50, Chicatano on the initial stop.
Keeps it.
Chicatano making a great play from his tackle position there.
26, Dave DeMarco.
A gain of a yard on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
2nd and a long 9 for the Canners.
The Canners have a lot of formations, but they don't run a lot of different plays right now.
No, they don't.
I don't know if it's just the first game of the year for them, but they're not as varied on offense as their formation is. This time Whitmoyer is going to throw the ball. He looks downfield a little bit high. A nice hit in there by Moroz on the receiver, number 21.
And you take a look at the quarterback when he goes back, he gets the ball to pass. He's like nonchalant. Like, you know, he's not moving on his feet. He's standing there like a whistle blew and he's looking around the field to see what's going on, you know, and then he throws the ball. And I think that has to do something with their offense. It's so slow to develop.
Mm-hmm. A blitz by the Red Tornadoes. He goes downfield.
Kovaleski.
Oh, was he inbounds though? No. Nice play by Kovaleski as he kept the receiver pinned to the sideline, tipped the ball up, the receiver catches it, but he's out of bounds.
He's out of bounds. And I'll tell you what, the guy that made that call is the back judge, and he was in the middle of the field heading down towards the goal line. I don't know how he made that call that he was out of bounds. He must have been out by a good bit, let's put it that way, for him to make that call.
Field has a nice crown on it, too. This is really a nice field here. They do a nice job on this thing. Of course, with all the stuff they grow, they should be experts when you drive down here. This is probably easy to do. Nice punt this time. Plenty of time, and he's going to get a nice roll. And the ball is going to roll down to the Red Tornado 37-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10.
Chicatano almost blocked that, along with Sean McCullum, number 42. What pressure!
That was the first time he could kick nicely without any problems, without any pressure on him.
We remind you that the Booster Club is sponsoring their largest event of the year, the Canner Duels, this winter, and they need your help. Please see any Booster Club representative.
Hey, watch Leslie, he'll bring him up. He has everybody split out to his left now, and that's Kovaleski and Moroz is everybody. Of course, Demetrius in front of Haynes here in the eye. Looking to throw, and Cronbaugh coming off the edge, sacks him. And I'll tell you what, number 81.
81 Trockenbaugh.
Trockenbaugh. I'm not sure how he says that, but however he says it, he's a heck of an athlete.
Trockenbaugh.
This kid can play football on both sides of the ball.
I'll tell you what, you have to give it to Wasilewski. He caught him out of the corner of his eye.
At the last second,
the last second, and just made a move. Or I'll tell you what, that might have hurt a little bit.
Yeah, you're right. That was a nice play by Trockenbaugh there as he came right off the end, recognized the play instantly, and was in. Yeah, they're going to have to adjust for him, I think, going forward here.
On the backside, somebody's going to have to stick around just to protect.
It's a second down now and 19 as
Screen play.
screen pass to DeMarco. And DeMarco's got a bunch of guys in front of him. And DeMarco all the way upfield. And DeMarco
Ooh, he might
will
have the
pick
first
up,
down.
Well, let's see. He can be very close. Let's see where they mark it first. Don't
Okay,
be-
I'm sorry.
He needed
Did you
about
subtract
8
Well,
your
actually,
yards?
this is the guy on the other side. So wherever he went out, he'll it's right at the first down mark. It's first down.
Ball spotted near the marker.
There it is.
And
Yep.
first down.
First
called
and
on
10
the
on a
field.
great screen pass to DeMarco. And there you saw, as you said, the shiftiness of him as he runs. And
Yeah.
he had a nice wall of
Now
people in front of
Carmel
him.
will
He had one
start a
guy
first
to beat, and he was
down
gone.
drive at the Biglerville 38.
I like watching Dave run. He's just an exciting runner. You know, he's not very big, but I'll tell you what, you get him through the line, he's going to hurt you.
Haynes,
Handoff to
this time they'll
Haynes.
stop Haynes at the line of scrimmage, and it'll bring up second
Several
and 10.
Canners in on the stop.
And Haynes getting up a little slowly there, and he'll trot off as he got hit by 3 guys right at the line of scrimmage there.
Yeah, he did. And that developed a little bit deeper, I think, maybe than what Coach wanted.
Second and 10 at the road 38 for the Red Tornadoes. Wasilewski.
Trying to get Moroz, and he got him. A nice catch by Moroz out over
Yep.
the 50-yard line into Canner territory at the 49. The Canners are saying he trapped it, but I actually thought he caught it too.
Yeah,
Nice catch by
The
Moroz.
guy on the sidelines, he's calling it that it was caught.
Mount Carmel.
He called it. This guy in the backfield, the defensive backfield, said no catch.
Red
But the
Tornadoes
guy that
with
was
the
standing in
first
front,
down
now he
Right.
reception
saw it.
and ball
You know, he
placed
wasn't
at
behind the
midfield.
play, he was in front of the play.
Okay, we're a little bit confused on our lineup again here, but Wasilewski now straightens it out. He looks downfield, gets his man, and it's Moroz again,
Pass
who's
complete
quickly
to
turning into his
Rose
favorite
for
target there. Only a short
of
gain,
3
though.
or 4.
It'll give him a gain of, let's see, they move the marker. I
Nick
can't see the
Asper
ball
and
way on the other side of the
Showers
field
they-
there, but
They gave him out of bounds. He picked up maybe 3 yards this time. He looks like he's on about the 47-yard line, 46.
let's give him 2 yards then. So
2?
it'll be second and
Okay.
8 when it's all said and done. Again, a minute 40 here remaining in the first half of play.
Second and 7 at the Biglerville 46 or 47.
DeMarco this time, and DeMarco
Gets to
squirts
the
through a
outside.
hole there and just couldn't get around that last guy.
6,
Brought down at the
DeMarco on the
45-yard
carry.
line. It'll bring up third down and
Talking ball
6.
and
Oh,
Foster
David had looked to the left a little bit. If he would have stayed to the center of the field, man,
Yep.
he had some big yardage that time. Great run by Dave, though. Dave picks up some quick yardage, about 3 yards that time.
45 and a half. Third and 5
Minute 10
for
now
Mount
in the
Carmel.
first half.
As time trickles down here in
He'll leave
Canner
Demetrius
country
as
in
the
the
lone
first
back.
half.
2 guys split left, 1 right. Moroz is in tight here on the right side. He looks left, and he's got
Ooh, he's got Kovaleski.
And Kovaleski makes the catch.
Complete.
Nope, out of bounds.
Maybe not.
Nope,
Pass
over his head.
intended for Kovaleski.
I can't tell.
Good try.
I don't know. I thought he caught it.
Down
Good
the
thing you have your glasses
sideline.
on, huh?
Couldn't haul it in.
Kovaleski is down on the sideline over there where he made the catch, and I just got done saying about not getting cramps, and he has one. So there I jinxed him. 52 seconds remaining here before halftime. The Red Tornadoes in the lead, 14-0, are comfortably in control of the game at the moment. But typical first game, doing some great things
Right.
and then doing some bad things. And I mean, just not executing where you want. But again, as the first game goes, that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, we haven't had any penalties to talk about.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
would really hurt you. So the kids are patient on that end of it.
Yeah, we had the one too much time penalty,
Right,
but
that
other
was
than
it.
that, they're playing a pretty good game
Good
so
game,
far.
I think so. Yep.
I said this is a Canner team that's well regarded, actually much more than it was last year when it came in.
Yeah.
It's a senior-laden group, a lot of quality athletes here that have played a couple of years in the program. So there are no slouches across the other line of the scrimmage here.
And a much bigger team than what they were last year.
Yeah, they
also,
are.
you
They
know.
are a sizable group. I'll say that for them. All right.
Fourth down.
Couple
Tornadoes.
Eskies up over there.
I think we're going to punt the ball this time, which is a good move.
Fourth down.
52 seconds left.
On the field, ball spotted at the Canner 45.
Washleski will be in and do the punting for us. It's harder this year because you never know if they're punting because he's always in.
That's right.
Washleski, and he will boot the ball.
Nice kick. Bounces down and out of bounds around the 12. So it'll be first and 10, Canners on their own 12-yard line with 45 seconds remaining.
Good safe play by Coach Brennan. You know, you sort of relax a little bit now. You know, let your defense do the job. They've done an excellent job since the beginning of the game, and let them take it into the locker room for halftime.
All right, Whitmoyer will trot in with
Biglerville
the
first
play
and
from Coach
10
Hibbs.
at their own 12.
They've got to generate some type of offense, and they've got to be careful down here. You don't want to give the ball up or do something dumb. But coming out of the locker room, they've got to generate some kind of offense. They're leaving their defense on the field, and now they're going to pick up a motion penalty here. It'll drive it back to the 7.
And don't forget, the Tornadoes deferred the first half, so they get the ball.
They get the ball in the second half.
So.
Yep.
Oop.
Oh, it's an illegal substitution.
Right.
Or a heart attack, one or the other.
Since he's still walking, I'll go
No,
with the
we'll
substitution.
okay, he didn't drop over.
That's right.
Too many men on the field.
Illegal participation.
For the Tornadoes, first and 5.
The play had already started before they called that. That's what threw me off there.
17.
They went right up the middle and went nowhere. Probably a loss of a yard on the play for the Canners.
Ball carrier tackled at the line of scrimmage. McMaster.
Getting off the, I'm trying to see who got up in the
unable
bottom,
to find
and he got back in the huddle without me seeing who it was down there.
Yeah, look, I think it was Phil Chicatano, number 50.
I thought it was him, yeah.
Yep. And John Long, number 64, he's playing that tackle
Balls on
position
the
on the
field.
left side. Did a great job
No
also.
timeout called.
All right, the clock will start again at the 25-second mark and begin to tick down. The Canners, no hurry here for them. They want to get into halftime at a 14-0 deficit, try to regroup a little bit, especially offensively, and see where they go for there. And this time, Whitmoyer is under center. So there's the first time we've seen that, only because he's going to take a knee. That's exactly why he did it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings the first half of play here in Biglerville to an end with the score, the Red Tornadoes 14, the Canners 0. Folks, we are back here getting ready to start the second half of play here in beautiful Biglerville, Pennsylvania. The Red Tornadoes just coming back onto the field after the half. We're still waiting the Canners to come down the hill. My partner, I'm filling in, as you can tell, for him. Currently, my partner has a papier-mâché bladder and was forced into the bathroom as soon as the half ended, and unfortunately the line there is a little longer than he would have hoped. But
you ready for some halftime scores?
as we saw the game in the first half, obviously Mount Carmel area in control of this football game almost from the start. The Canner offense really not able to generate anything whatsoever. The Red Tornado defense have completely dominated the Canners. Canners' only drive and their best drive was a 2-play drive to start the football game where they drove deep in the Red Tornado territory and then ended up turning the ball over on downs. So unless the Canners can generate a ton more offense than they have in the first half, it's going to turn out to be a long evening for them, as the Red Tornadoes not doing a lot of spectacular things on offense, keeping the ball on the ground for the most part, opening up a little bit more in the second quarter with the passing. But as I said, just completely overrunning the Canners. We don't know what the stats are. Is actually an away game like this with Jose so far away, there's no way to get the stats right away. And I believe that's where Wayne ended up at as soon as the half ended, besides the bathroom. But we were waiting for him to get back to give us some of those numbers as the Canners now come onto the field. Here are the cheers of their fans right in front of us. We're on the Canners side of the field here from the press box area. So we're outside, and I'd rather be outside on a great night like tonight to broadcast this game. great halftime show here by the Mount Carmel area high school marching band, as always, and the first game of the season. They're in mid-season form. Always laugh about the band and talk about how tough it is for the football team. I've watched the band at band camp many times as I've driven by and stopped at the school or whatever, and believe me, football is a walk in the park compared to band camp and what those kids do on a day that probably goes about 10 hours every day. But it showed today at the halftime program as they brought everyone in this stadium to their feet when the program was over. Believe it or not, my sidekick partner looks like he may be coming somewhere close to the stands. And believe it or not, he is. So we'll have the halftime stats shortly here, as he's getting a lot older and it takes a lot longer now. All right, I've done as much fill as I can or get right into the stats. I can't fool around anymore.
Oh, you can't?
No, even I can't talk that long, as hard as it is to believe.
Okay, here we go on the Mount Carmel side. Rushing, 21 carries for 112 yards. Haynes, 9 for 107, the workhorse tonight.
Wow.
Demetrius, 6 for 10. DeMarco, 3 of 7. On the passing side, 6 of 12 for 84 yards. Morose, 4 catches for 53 yards. DeMarco, 1 for 20, and Menapace, 1 for 11. For Biglersville now, this is how good the defense is working. I said this
That's what I just talked about a little while ago.
This is the turnaround of this whole game. And Jose and I were over there talking and said, you know, how much stronger they look this year than last year. 13 carries for 8 yards passing.
Wow.
3 of 10 only for 52, and that was that long one.
Right, to start the game.
To start the game with 2 first downs, Tornadoes with 10 first downs. So I think the big thing here is what you're noticing is the Tornadoes defense definitely has improved since last year.
Yep.
You know, we've seen them struggle a little bit last year, and you can see the key positions are now filled, and you can see what it has done for this football team and how this game is run, actually. You know, you keep the offense off the field, you know, they can rest a little bit, even though some of the kids are going both ways. But we do have depth, and we did see some different numbers in there on defense. You get that offense back in, and they can do a little bit more out of that book.
Yeah. Yeah, as I was saying before you came up, obviously the Red Tornadoes in total control of this game defensively. The Canners have not been able to put anything offensively together, and the stats are now reflective of that. But if they're going to have anything to do in this game, when they get the ball back, they're going to have to at least put a sustained drive on. And first of all, give their defense a rest.
That's right.
Their defense has been on the field, you know, I would say 90% of the first half has been their defense trying to stop the Red Tornadoes. Now, they've actually done a very good job. It's only 14-0 considering, you know, what they've had to do. But it looks they're looking like a team that's slowly getting worn down and could lose control of this game if they don't do something spectacular here very quickly. This time the kick is taken by the up back, and the up back will carry the ball up over the 40 out to the 41-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10. Red Tornadoes carrying the ball, looks like number 48 for the Red Tornadoes, and that would be Greg Kanovich. Greg is a backup fullback.
Yes, he is. Another one I worked very hard in the offseason, Greg did a lot of lifting up at Star Gym and at the gym at the high school.
All right, the Red Tornadoes will go on offense for the first time here in the second half. Again, in the familiar I formation, Demetrius and Haynes, and it's Haynes. And Haynes has himself some room, and Haynes is loose.
And a nice stiff arm right there.
On the run.
Take him on, take him on.
Trockenbaugh could be the only guy to catch him, and he won't. A 60-yard run from the line of scrimmage for the touchdown, and this is exactly what the Canners did not need to happen, as they are now down 20-0 with the extra point to follow. But what a run by Haynes! When he got the difference in Haynes now is the movement at the line of scrimmage and the speed when he's done. He's no longer looking around as he did last year. And again, last year he grew into that position. He was not an I formation tailback ever. He never played the position that way, but you saw at the end of the year how he came on, and you're seeing this year he's not going to have to come on. He's already here. Wasilewski in to attempt the extra point. The hold by Morose. Hold is down, and it is up, and it is good, and he's 3 for 3 tonight.
good.
as Wasilewski starts his second career as the extra point kicker.
The other thing that you noticed there also on the end of that run, when he hit the 15-yard line, he put on the afterburners, which he didn't have last year.
Right.
And he left all the defenders behind, and he walked into the end zone this time.
I thought Trockenbaugh was going to catch him.
Yep.
He had an angle on him, but you saw the acceleration, and that was, you're right, it's just amazing how differently he's running here in this first game compared to last year. The Red Tornado down on the field is Morose, and Morose has been suffering from cramps now on and off since about midway in that second quarter, and he had to kneel down to hold the ball, and a lot of times when you have your toe bent like that, as he's trying to steady the ball, that's where it causes the cramp, and we all know how painful that is, so they're attending to him. The Red Tornadoes getting ready to kick off, and there's still 11 minutes and 43 seconds here left in the third quarter, and the Red Tornadoes are on the scoreboard already, so the Red Tornadoes comfortably in control of the game.
Now, something that you did notice, it might be attitude also. Biglerville, they come out in the second half. On the first play, they didn't look like they were very enthused about starting the second half.
Right, yeah, they kind of
I mean?
a little lethargic there to start off with, and it hurt them.
Now, if that's the rest of the game, they are going to be hurting.
Well, I mean, sadly enough, I mean, right now for them, their offense does not look like it has the capability to come from behind.
Nope.
I mean, it was had a tough time winning this game with the offense they're throwing out there, but to come back from 21 is almost impossible. This time it is going to go out of bounds again, so James has to work on his kickoffs a little bit. That's the second one in a row that's gone out of bounds for him. The Canners will take over on their own 35, first and 10, and now it is absolutely urgent that the Canners put together some offense and get moving a little bit. Whitmoyer is going to have to do something here to get this offense on track.
Yeah, their shotgun formation and the wing tee that they're running is entirely too slow developing for the defense that the Tornadoes have out there, and the speed and the strength that they have.
Well, they don't ever go outside. That's the other thing I know. They never try to get around the corner. They basically everything is right off the tackle or inside the tackle. They don't do a lot of speed. I don't think they have the speed to get around the corner right now. Whitmoyer will pass, and it's knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
Looks like
Pass from Whitmoyer.
number 34 tapped that. Of course, who
Mr.
is
Goins
that?
again.
Our boy Goins.
Second down, Biglerville.
Great play. He's in a down position. It looks like he's playing at the tackle position in that down position. He's coming straight up and putting so much pressure on that defense or that offense.
All right, 2nd and 10 now for the Canners. And Moyer again, a quick drop, and he's got Trockenbaugh free, and Trockenbaugh is behind Haynes, but look, he can't outrun him.
Look at Haynes.
He could not outrun him.
Haynes, all right.
And Hockenball hauls in the
Hockenball he caught that ball 15 yards behind everybody.
On the run yet, and he still got caught.
Yeah, I mean, that was not breaking stride at all, and James Haynes caught him in 10 yards.
Yeah, you see the speed of Haynes right now. That just amazing. That play right there probably is the best illustration you're ever going to have of somebody closing on someone else that quickly. It's 1st and 10 from the Red Tornado 13 for the Canners. As Whitmoyer again, that nonchalant look, and he keeps it now. He has some room. And Whitmoyer to the sideline, and he's going to put it in. Yes. Touchdown, Canners. And that's just what they needed. They had to get on the scoreboard. It's 21-6 for the Canners. A 13-yard run by Whitmoyer, the quarterback. And again, that was a design play. He dropped back a couple of steps, looked around, and saw the opening, and he took it. And there you saw the speed of him. He's one of the better players on offense, and you can see how quickly he is. We haven't seen much of him, but when he gets in the open, he's hard to bring down. Yeah,
there was a block down on the tackle. It looked like Goins that time down there. He waited for the defensive end to move himself out of the play, and that's when he stepped up through the hole.
Biglerville in for the extra point attempt. The ball kind of dribbled back, and they're in trouble. Trockenbaugh is going to throw the ball down to the end zone where it's knocked down by the Red Tornadoes. Number 64, Long was the place kicker, but the ball dribbled back. Trockenbaugh did his best he could, but that's all he could, and it's 21-6 Red Tornadoes.
Phil Chickatano just put a savage hit on the kid that was trying to hold the ball. Oh, my goodness gracious.
So the kicking game, more essentially the centering game of the Canners need a little bit of work as they've struggled both punting and now on the extra point attempt.
Yeah, it leaves a lot to be desired, and I'll tell you, if I was the extra point holder and the punter, I'd be a little ticked off right now.
Yeah, I mean, again, the first game, I mean, they are struggling a little bit there, but again, they needed the points. They needed to get something rolling here offensively, and it was just a great pass from Whitmore to Trockenbaugh to get them where they were, and then Whitmore takes them to the final 13. So the Canners now, and they'll get ready to kick off. And again, kicking for them is the same guy that was in for the extra point, Dan Long, number 64, and he's kicking down there. The deep guy now in this formation, there's one guy deep, and that's Haynes, and he's flanked over there by
64, Dan Long will kick the ball off for Biglerville.
Pulowski, and on the near side, you have DeMarco.
Well, again, I think they're looking for a short kick here.
Right, he is. Well, that's his best kick there, and that's going to go to Haynes. Haynes takes it around the 17-yard line where he'll go right upfield. Haynes is still going.
And
Haynes has broke through, and now it's a foot race. And we'll see if Haynes can do it, and he will.
He did.
And Haynes will bring it all the way back, and the Red Tornadoes answer immediately with Haynes on the run back of the kickoff. And it's 27-6 Red Tornadoes.
I'll tell you what, Haynes is going to be one tired dude at the end of tonight.
I didn't know how much he had left in the tank on that one even. I knew he was slowing down, but there was nobody to catch him.
It looked like at about the 30-yard line, he actually stumbled a little bit. He's got to be leg weary.
Yeah, I thought he was in trouble on that one towards the end, but he gutted it all the way out and takes it in. It's about an 83-yard run back for James Haynes. And Wasilewski in to attempt the extra point. He's 3 for 3, and he's now 4 for 4.
Yeah,
so
James,
go ahead.
You can see the maturity now, what 1 year makes coming off of last season to this season with this whole team, not only with this whole team, but also the way James Haynes is running at this point in time.
Yep, absolutely just running over the Canners right now. 10:54 remaining here, and it's been a very exciting first 3 minutes or so in the third quarter.
Carmel spectator buses
are
being asked to report to the buses. The operators of the Mount Carmel buses are being asked to report to their buses immediately.
You don't hear that very often.
No, you don't.
I don't even want to venture a guess of what that's all about. All right, the Red Tornadoes now. And it looks like the Red Tornadoes, and we're going to give Haynes. Haynes would have actually been the guy that does the kickoff. And let me see if he does this time.
Colin Menapace.
Okay,
is that 88?
Well, let me see. Yeah, I believe it is. So we're going to give Haynes a well-deserved rest.
Back to take the kickoff.
A nice
kick by Colin.
It's taken down there around the 18-yard line, and the Canners come up along the Red Tornadoes sideline.
And still going.
And that's
and down.
But everybody got knocked down before that was finally down, but he brings it up to the 36-yard line where it's 1st and 10 Canners. There was an awful lot of action going on that kickoff. All right, I'm sure Haynes is getting a rest in the backfield here, and he is.
Kovaleski is the strong safety.
Whitmore just in that couple of steps back. He's under some pressure, looks downfield.
Good job. Excellent.
And
great job.
Finds his man. Actually, nice throw. Tell you what, he's a talented athlete. He truly is. He throws the ball up to the 49-yard line complete. 1st and 10 Canners, and I thought he was buried back there.
He was actually, there was enough pressure from the right side of the Tornado defense. He was looking to the left side of his offensive formation. They were flooding this side over here, but there was so much pressure he had to roll to his right in the opposite direction.
Now, that was a nice throw, considering he was rolling and backing up at the same time. Now, you give him a little bit of time, and he can be a deadly passer. He really can. Again, straight back. Looks downfield. He's got his man Trottenbaugh down at the Red Tornado 28-yard line. Trottenbaugh probably the second best athlete on offense on that team right now, next to Whitmore.
21, Justin Pulowski on the coverage makes the tackle.
It's going to be 1st and 10 from the Red Tornado 29 now for the Canners, as they have shown some life offensively here in the second half of play. Again, plenty of time, one step back, gets his guy in a flat. Kovalevsky,
David
DeMarco down there, and finally it'll be Morose who brings them down.
Yep.
Brought down by Mount Carmel near the
That was Wagner on the reception, and he
Another-
made a nice play there, and he's inside the 10-yard line.
That's a gain of 16.
No, he's inside the 15 at the 14.
What they're doing is the defense is playing a little bit too soft. They're playing back a little bit too much. Biglerville is hooking up a little bit short and letting the receivers, after they catch the ball, turn around and run with it.
Morose again is having some cramping problems in his leg, so he is down on the field. But you're right. Now we also had a couple of different people in there in the backfield to start this second half. But one of the things they're not seeing is they're not getting enough pressure. Now he's only taking 1 or 2 steps. He starts in a shotgun, but not a real deep one. Not quite as deep as you're used to, but then he takes 1 or 2 steps back and he throws. I mean, he doesn't do anything else fancy with it, but unless you get some pressure on him, he's going to pick you apart. He is an accurate passer. We bring Demetrius now into the Red Tornado defense, where he'll be in the defensive backfield.
Right off his fingertips.
Nice throw. A nice throw by the quarterback once again. Just missed Wagner in the corner of the end zone.
He has a nice touch on the ball, and boy, he puts it right in the zone, right in the area it's supposed to be. That's a run and catch ball right into the end zone.
Get nice coverage on him that time by the Red Tornadoes by Morgan. Morgan was right with him, step for step. 2nd and 10, Canners. Ball at the Red Tornado, just outside the 12-yard line. That time he had Trottenbaugh actually open, but he threw it. I don't know which. Trottenbaugh was looking inside. He threw it outside. So I don't know which one of them made the mistake there. Brings up 3rd and 10, though.
Looks like Julius Demetrius was on the coverage that time, number 28. Had him covered.
I get the feeling that play was supposed to go to the corner the other way, but I think he cut in the wrong way.
They're trying to isolate. That's exactly what they're doing. They're overloading one side, isolating the receiver on the opposite side.
This time he rolls out, looks downfield, and he has his man. No, he's out of bounds. He caught it out of bounds. Way on the other side of the field, caught out of bounds. The referee was standing right next to him when he caught it and ruled it out. It's 4th down now from the 12 for the Canners.
I'm impressed with this kid. I'll tell you what, he's laying it up a nice pass.
Yeah, he can throw. He really can throw.
I don't know why they didn't do this at the beginning of the game.
Bring up 4th and long for Biglerville. They need 10 at the Mount Carmel 12.
They can get to the 2 for the 1st down. Same play again, double coverage this time, and it goes incomplete, and that is the end of the threat for the Canners as they'll turn the ball over. Now that time he threw it into double coverage and there was no room at all.
Yeah.
I mean they double covered the receiver and he could not get the ball into him no matter where he threw it.
Kovalevsky, of course, and Haynes over there to cover, and they were on him tight.
So the Red Tornadoes will take over here on downs. Still 9:24. This is the longest third quarter now that we've remembered for a while. It started out with a lot of action is what happened. And now he's throwing the ball on every down, which stops the clock every down. Haynes, and Haynes
Ooh,
slips as he makes his cut upfield. He's going to bring up second down and 10, and Haynes is down.
32 Haynes tackled near the line of scrimmage at the 12.
Haynes goes down. There's a little bit of a block up in the tackle position there, and he tried to cut to the inside. It looks like
we got cramps again here now, and again,
yep.
it's amazing, and it's not that warm out.
Yeah.
You know, it's not what the weather you would expect to see cramps in.
But, you know, don't forget, you know, you got a lot of that lactic acid building up inside because he's been the workhorse. He's been carrying the ball. He's been running. He just scored that, you know, 80-yard touchdown. Now he's back on the field again, you know. So, you know, I'm sure his muscles are quite tired at this point in time.
The only way I can generate lactic acid is if I jump into a vat of milk.
Really?
Pretty much.
Okay.
I thought you should know that.
All right.
All right, we have a timeout on the field there as they attend to James, and James is getting up slowly and giving that spread out leg walk that you give when you have a cramp. So he'll get a well-deserved rest over on the Red Tornadoes sideline. Into the backfield now is Kanovich in back of Wasilewski. Oh! Incomplete. It's third down now and 10 for the Red Tornadoes.
Third down for Mount Carmel.
Just a little low. Receiver had to bend down to try to get that ball. Of course, when you're trying to run in one direction, bend down backwards to pick up the ball, it's a little difficult.
A little difficult, huh?
I'll give him credit for that.
22 for a first down.
All right, third down now. The Red Tornadoes, with nothing else, would like to at least get a first down here, or they're going to be kicking out of their end zone.
Dave DeMarco bringing the play in, number 26, and he's at that tailback position behind Kanovich.
And it's DeMarco. DeMarco right up the middle. He will not pick the first down up. It'll bring up fourth down, and the Red Tornadoes will be punting.
Good for a small gain. That'll bring up a
ball's going to sit down at the 15-yard line where the Red Tornadoes will punt.
Deep in their own territory.
Back to protect. Somebody's got to get back there.
Number 7, Wasilewski. Wagner back deep to receive for Biglerville.
Next Mount Carmel bounce. Wagner picks it up at the 49-yard line of the Red Tornadoes, and he'll be taken out of bounds at the 43-yard line of the Red Tornadoes. Canners have great field position to start this drive with 8:06 here in the third quarter.
Quinn McCracken, number 89, making that stop, taking him out of bounds.
The Red Tornadoes almost look as if they've relaxed a little bit.
Yeah. Well, don't forget, James Haynes was out that time, and he's usually the halfback that sets up in front of the quarterback, or in front of the punter.
All right, Whitmoyer back in his familiar shotgun stance.
Nice.
That's the play that he scored the touchdown on, but he wasn't going to do it in this one. Demko coming off the top of that pile there.
Demko and
Chickatano
and Goins made the initial hit over there.
And Sean McCollum for a small loss.
He'll lose a yard on the play. It'll bring up second down and 11.
Again, you see what the quick rush does. He has to bring the ball down. He has to move his feet, and he has to try to get to an open area to throw the ball.
Has his man downfield, number 21 for the Canners. That's Liebram. Stopped by Morgan. First down,
Brought down
Canners.
near
Tell you what,
Spot the ball at the 27.
you watch his receivers. They do get to the gap. They do get to that open area very quickly.
Little swing out to Trockenbaugh.
Whitmoyer's flare pass to
Trockenbaugh will pick up about 4 yards on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6 for the Canners.
They're certainly mixing it up a little bit more this half than what they did in the first half. The first half, like you said, they gave you a lot of formations, but only ran the same 3-4 plays. You know, here they're hitting some short passes, long passes, and
well,
over
if
the
they
middle.
stop running
Yes.
completely, they're not running the ball at all. I mean, the keeper from the quarterback, that's only after he set up the pass.
What a pass.
I'll tell you what, had the receiver not given up on that play, Lieberman, he probably would have scored a touchdown. He was the one that kind of slowed up and turned. He put the ball right where he wanted to.
Right where he wanted to, and it was a flick of the wrist. I watched him that time. He doesn't have much motion in his arm, but I'll tell you what, he must be a strong kid because he laid it out there about 25 yards.
3rd and 6 now for the Canners as Coach Hibbs whispers the play into Whitmoyer's ear as he's on the sideline.
Nice. There you go.
This
Good
time
play,
he's in
kid.
trouble.
Yep.
Again, see how well he threw the ball, falling backward almost there, though.
In the grass. Demko made a beautiful move that time. And that's what they need to do with this kid. The 2 defensive ends have to put so much pressure on him and stay in his face that he just throws the ball, puts it up. Tell you what, Demko's having a heck of a night tonight for his first outing here.
Yep, he is. His first game. 6'5". He's an imposing figure to try to throw the ball around, you know, to get around him and throw it. Fourth down pass falls incomplete, and the Red Tornadoes once again will take over on downs. Another tornado down with cramps.
That our boy James Goins putting pressure on the quarterback that time, number 34.
Now the key is pressuring him because you give him any kind of time, he's going to hurt you. He really can. And even when you pressure him, he throws pretty well. Now it's funny, the trade-off they're making here is when he goes into the shotgun, he does the 1-2. That's when he's probably best protected. But the problem with that is he can't get a long route.
Right.
So he has to roll to get a long enough route to get the first down. Then is where his problem comes in at. I'm not sure why they don't just keep chip shotting their way down the field with that one or 2 step drop back. They've had success with it, but they are less successful when he starts moving around to try to get a 10 or 15 yard route open.
Yeah, once he starts moving around, that's when the pressure comes in. That's when Goins makes his move, and 34 and Demko start putting pressure along with the rest of the line there.
All right, Kovalevsky was the guy with the cramps as he is slowly wandering off to the Red Tornado sideline, and Wasilewski now into the huddle. We'll see who lines up in the backfield when they break their huddle. And it is Haynes back in there with Demetrius in front of him.
Haynes is back in. Got to give him credit.
McCracken now at a wide receiver slot for the Red Tornadoes, and he is wide left. And the Canners stop Haynes dead at the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose a yard. It'll bring up 2nd down and 11. Haynes is just spent.
He's a tired puppy.
Yep. By several Biglerville Canners.
Now you can tell how difficult it is getting up. DeMarco will come in, and Haynes will come out.
And deservedly so. I mean, he just played one heck of a game tonight. He needs a little bit more rest in 5 minutes.
2nd and 12.
There's still 5:41 remaining in the third quarter as this quarter continues to drag. And Demetrius now on the quick opener to the fullback, and he'll take it out to the 25-yard line.
Demetrius with a short gain.
They'll bring up a 2nd and 9, and a flag flies after the play is stopped, so we'll see what happens there. Seems to be a lot of talking going on between everybody down there.
I think it was a little bit more than talking that I saw.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Personal foul, Red Tornadoes, and did he throw somebody out?
Yep, he ejected him. He's out.
Penalty called against Mount Carmel.
So we have an unsportsmanlike call, which will result in a 15-yard loss and an ejection.
And the ejection, and I guess he doesn't play next week either. I think you're out for 2 games when you're ejected from the game.
Yes.
Yes.
I believe you're correct.
Ooh, 3rd down and a ton.
So the ball moves back inside. Let's see, inside
11, 12-yard line.
They're debating
Where's he
where it's
going to
going to
put
go.
it? Here we go.
All right.
Long 3rd down
12 and a half.
Yeah, I was going to say, they finally decided on a 12.5-yard line where it's
back at their own
3rd and, say, 22, 23 from there.
Their own 34 for a 1st down.
Demetrius on the pitch out. Demetrius cuts up field. You gain a couple yards back, and it's time for the Tornadoes. The Tornadoes have absolutely relaxed playing now. They are not playing with the intensity they were at all in the first half. And I hate to say, but first game or not, that's a dangerous way to move into the second half. They kind of are cruising here, and it's starting to hurt them.
Well, that's when you do get. That's when you get injuries. That's when you get hurt, when you tone it down a little bit and you come off that intensity from the first half.
The exact score right now of last year's game. Wasilewski back to punt, and he's punting to Wagner. Wagner's going to set up around the 50-yard line.
Nice
it's not going to get that far. We'll see which way the bounce goes, and the bounce will go over the 50 and be dead at the 47-yard line. 1st and 10 Canners, and again, they have great field position. They had horrible field position in the first half, and they've had great field position here in the second half.
Well, and the difference is the accuracy of his passing in the second half. He's moved them down the field. They scored 1 touchdown already, but they've got down into the red zone. Couldn't punch it in twice, but they've left the Tornadoes with their back against the goal.
All right, Haynes is in the defensive lineup now for the Red Tornadoes at that free safety position.
Timeout, Tornadoes looking for somebody.
They have a timeout, and Coach Babinski going to run onto the field here now. Babinski is actually a new old addition to the coaching staff as he's come back to coach the defense this year. Also, in addition to the staff, Bob Chesney, which I think is a great addition also to the Mount Carmel area staff, and he is coaching the offensive line along with Coach Brennan. So probably over and all the most experienced, I think, coaching staff probably in Coach Brennan's tenure here at Mount Carmel area.
Probably, I'll tell you what, we got some new people here. Assistant John Dara.
Yep.
We've seen John Dara. We went to a couple games and seen him play in his college career. Pete Cheddar has been around. Young Petey's been around for at least 4 or 5 years with the Tornadoes down on the freshman. Joe Aaronsfield.
Joe's back. Joe's come back to Mount Carmel.
He says, I'm back home.
Welcome back, Joe.
I always wanted to be. Bob Chesney, Paul Babinski, Gary Hawanik has been around.
Trockenbaugh on an end around. He's got himself some ahead of steam there. DeMarco's going to help put him down. But Trockenbaugh on the end around play, and again, he's one of the better looking kids that they have out there on offense. And he's been limping around for a while.
Oh, look at this.
No huddle now.
Huddle.
No huddle for the Canners now as they get ready. It's a 2nd down and about 2, well, maybe 3. Nice throw. Haynes will bring Trockenbaugh down, but not before he picks up a 1st down at the 36-yard line of the Red Tornadoes.
He has such a quick release. You see that, and my God, he puts it right on the spot.
So the Canners go into a no huddle here to try to take advantage of the Red Tornadoes defense. Trockenbaugh again.
Justin Kolokas, number 6, putting the hit on him that time.
That's actually a We'll give them. Let's see where they stop.
A yard.
Let's give them a yard on the play. It's 2nd down and 9 for the Canners now, as they have definitely up-tempoed the game here with 3:27 remaining in the 3rd quarter. There'll be a penalty flag here, and it may go against the Red Tornadoes. The Red Tornadoes were in a blitz
zone
package there, and I think they may have crossed the line. If they do, it'll be.
No, we're clapping. They're taking them back. There must have been movement. There was.
I mean, we were rushing the center of the line either way, but we must have caused somebody there to jitter a little bit, and 5 yards. So it now brings up a 2nd down and call it 13.
Oof. Yeah, we got some movement in the line there. I thought we were in the zone, the way it looked like we jumped up there.
Whitmoyer goes to Trockenbaugh the other way. He'll pick up 3 yards on the play. And number 89 there for the Red Tornadoes. McCracken's actually the guy that stood his ground there and did exactly what you wanted him to do on a play like that.
Yeah, he took on his blocker. There was a pulling guard there. He took the blocker on and still makes the tackle, which is a great move by a young kid like that.
Chicatano
just saying hello.
How you doing out there?
Hello, how you doing? You don't have the ball, but I'm going to just stop by and say hello.
Parker Showers was the intended receiver. It brings up 4th and 8 now for the Canners. The ball at the Red Tornado 34-yard line.
Now this is where he has his, the quarterback has a little bit of trouble. He's got to get, maybe 8 yards here. It's a little bit longer pass pattern. The Tornado's putting some pressure on. Going deep.
He's got him. He's got Wagner down deep. And Wagner will take it in for the touchdown.
Mike Wagner.
Score now 28-12 Red Tornadoes. And I'm telling you, the Red Tornadoes better step this back up. They're sleeping out there now.
I'll tell you what. If Biglerville loses this game, which they probably will.
That's a 34-yard
this coach should be shot that he didn't play this kid like this from the first half. He hid this kid. All they were trying to do was run, and now look what the kid is doing in the second half here. This kid has a great arm.
Yeah, he does. He really is. But the Red Tornadoes have got to step it up on defense. They are a completely different defense in the second half than they were in the first half.
2-point conversion.
So we're going to go for a 2-point conversion here to make the score 28-14 if they get it right. A lot of shifting around. We go back into what is their standard look, though. Trockenbaugh.
Pass.
Nice play. Great play down there by James Haynes.
By the Mount Carmel defense. Whitmoyer's pass.
So the score will remain 28-12, but just as the first half was all Red Tornadoes, the second half is all Canners.
Yep. And we talked about that defense at the beginning of the second half. If they would come out and play like they did the first half, they dominate it. And now all of a sudden that is not happening.
Yeah, the coaching staff is definitely have to be concerned here now. If they're tired, that's the other concern.
Right.
Because they shouldn't be.
They shouldn't be.
If they're tired now, they're out of shape. It's simple as that. It's not a really hot night, so that can't be the excuse here. The bottom line is that they've lost their intensity, and that's something you're going to definitely have to work on. Win or lose this game, they've lost their intensity in the second half, and you're seeing the difference. Now, I don't want to minimize the quarterback by any means, but still in all, you got one guy, you got him and you got Trockenbaugh pretty much shouldering the entire offense here in the second half. There's 2:18 remaining in the third quarter as the Canners get ready to kick off. But the Red Tornadoes find themselves now in a dogfight. I'm not sure I could say dogfight anymore in sports, so.
Oh, no, you can't.
In a rumble. Picked up by the Red Tornadoes. He cuts upfield.
Oh, look at this. Back
That's
to the
Hepler.
outside.
Number 24 was Matt Hepler.
Matt Hepler. Nice run by Matt.
Matt Hepler.
So
Great
Hepler
job.
takes it up, to the 47-yard line, and that's what the Red Tornadoes needed, some good field position. They've been inside their 20 now the whole third quarter. So a nice play by Matt Hepler, and it's 1st and 10 Red Tornadoes. And they've got to give their defense a rest now. This offense has got to score, got to pick up some first downs. DeMarco in the backfield in back of Kanovich, so we have a fairly fresh backfield in back of Wasilewski as he wanders up to the line of scrimmage. And it is
Justin,
that play
number 20, Pulowski. Justin Pulowski
went by me completely there.
coming around. He was in the wing position
the slot
right off
position.
the end. Yep, and he was coming back around and taking it to the left side of the offensive line.
Brings up 2nd down. We'll call it 2nd and 10. We didn't gain quite even a yard there. So, again, the Canners have been stopping the Red Tornado running game cold, and now Wasilewski will go in to a shotgun formation. Plenty of time. He looks downfield, and he's got his man down there, and his man is
The other way.
Menapace. Menapace will cross over the 50-yard line down to the Canner 47. He's going to come up about 4 yards short of the first down. It's 3rd and 4.
You know, when you feel that man on you, what he should have done was just turned and gone upfield.
Gone upfield,
He
yeah.
actually, maybe with him leaning, he might have picked up the first down that time.
A long 2 for Mount Carmel in Biglerville territory.
Kanovich the only back.
Trying to hit Menapace, but that was an ill-advised throw there. As it only could have been caught by a Canner, if anybody. So it brings up 4th down, and I'm guessing the Red Tornadoes are going to want to punt. I would.
Yep.
As Haynes comes into the backfield, but Haynes comes in as the, as you said,
Blocking.
the blocking back in front of Wasilewski. I would think.
Now, be careful now.
Now, I'll tell you what, they are going for it.
Yep.
It's fourth down and a long 3, almost 4th and 4. The ball's only at the 46-yard line of the Canners, and we're going for it. I was definitely fooled on this one.
Going to Haynes, and look at Haynes.
Haynes picks it up. Okay, that's
Good
why
boy.
I'm not coaching.
Yep.
You know that's the reason he'll let me coach.
Okay. I think at this point in time, it's take Haynes and put him on the bench. He's down. I mean, you know, he picks up a critical 4th and 3 for you, picks up the first down, and gets a cramp. You know, before we rip something here, I think it's time.
.47 seconds remaining here in the third quarter of play. It's 1st and 10 Mount Carmel. Now the Red Tornadoes at the Canner 35-yard line as the trainers attend to Haynes. It'll give me a chance here with this amount of time to let you all know that you are listening to this audio webcast courtesy of WKMC TV from the Mount Carmel Area High School on the PIAA Internet Broadcast Network.
Ooh.
All right, Haynes is going to get back up now. And I would actually be a little concerned about the cramping problem the Red Tornadoes. I truly would be. I'm still not sure how it is they're being beset by cramps so much here. Don't give me the lactic acid thing.
No, I won't either.
Okay, just don't even go there.
I couldn't figure out. I couldn't get the word. I couldn't find it. It was just not. It wasn't there. So I just threw that one out.
Yeah,
How was that? Was that pretty
I want you
good?
to know that I didn't fall for the lactic acid excuse of the thing here. So don't even try that again.
You know, and the amazing part is that I was stupid enough to think I could get it past you.
All right, Kanovich in front of Pulowski now in the backfield as we put some fresh legs back there. Menapace will go in motion. And it's Pulowski. Pulowski trying to follow Kanovich. And he does. Kanovich had a nice opening there for him and a flag down.
And a flag down. I would say that's blocking behind the back or clipping or something. That baby's coming back. But I'll tell you what, holding. Pulowski made a nice move.
Yeah, he did.
Once he got through the line, he went straight up the field, and that's what you wanted him to do.
So a big first down run is negated as that he actually picked the first down up again with a 12-yard run. But it'll come back from the point of the hold. The hold is at the 35-yard line. He's going to bring up second down now, and we'll
About 15.
wait till they get done walking off. I would think 15, but I don't want to go out on a limb on this one. All right,
It's
well,
17.
17, yeah, a little longer than 15. So, second down and first down. It'll be first down and 17. It was first down.
Yep.
So the play comes back. We start off first and 17 now. And that is the end of the third quarter play here with the score. The Red Tornadoes of Mount Carmel Area High School 28. The Canners of Biglerville High School 12. Exciting third quarter.
Yes,
Wayne.
there was. There was more sogering here than in the first half. In maybe the first 8 minutes of the third quarter, there was more scoring. Biglerville, I'm impressed on what this quarterback has done in the second half to a good defense that really stymied their offense in the first half. This kid has come out and shown that he can throw the ball, and I'll tell you what, he has such a, and I said this to Jose just like I said to you, he looks so nonchalant back there, like, you know, is the play over, is there a whistle blown, and he has such a quick release on it, and boy, it is right on target.
Yeah, he really is the story of the second half, Whitmoyer, for the Canners. And again, he has a bright future this season here for the Canners. And again, now, unfortunately, and again, for the Red Tornadoes, in a little bit in their defense, it's the opening game. So you never know what anybody's going to do. Now, obviously, everybody watching the Canners going forward knows that not much of a running game.
Right.
So they're gonna look at this offense, and if you give yourself a week to see what he does, it's going to be a little different. I mean, we're seeing him probably not, thinking we would see what he did. I mean, I don't know anybody would come out like that, especially in the second half when he did nothing in the first. So, Red Tornado. Wow,
look at this.
It's a heck of a run there as the entire pile kept moving forward.
Pulowski.
So Pulowski's down at the Canner 39-yard line now, and he picked up all the yardage lost on the penalty, and it's 2nd and 10. Nice run by Pulowski.
Yeah.
I tell you what, he carried the whole crowd with him as he was going.
Dave DeMarco in. Pulowski takes a rest. I think we got Julius is the lead halfback there, if I'm not mistaken. 28, Demetrius is in. He's the lone back.
And he's the carrier, and he is bounced at the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be brought down for a big loss.
Brought down in the backfield by 32, Jeff Foster.
That's Foster from the Canners on the stop, and that play really has gone nowhere all night. They're well defensed, that quick opener to the fullback.
For Mount Carmel.
Yeah, every time he'd hit into the line. That time he tried to spin off the line and hit to the outside, but the defensive back came up and made a nice tackle.
Oh, nice catch, and it was a penalty on the Canners, but he caught it. Kovaleski, that was a fantastic catch by Kovaleski.
Kovaleski.
The penalty will be on the Canners.
For a Mount Carmel first down.
Outside in, he ran down the sideline and came back in to make that catch. But here's something that Marcus needs, is just like that. He needs a nice touch on the ball. He put that where he thought Kovaleski was going to be. There was no speed on it. He just laid it out there and left Kovaleski come back and catch it.
Yeah, that was a good play by Kovaleski, though. He really had the concentration. He was interfered with and still caught the ball. So the catch is down.
Go ahead.
It's down at the 18-yard line, where it's 1st and 10.
First down
Red Tornadoes.
Biglerville 19. Folks, get out your game ball and 50-50
This guy looks at a completely different yard marker than me every time. We're always like a yard off here.
It's called home field advantage.
I guess. Demetrius trying to get around the end. Now he has Julius.
He does.
There you see Julius with a head of steam on him. And Julius in for an 18-yard touchdown at the 9:57 mark of the fourth quarter. Julius, his first score of the 2007 season.
You see him put the afterburners on also.
You see what he can do when he gets a little bit of room.
Yep.
The score 34-12 now, with the extra point attempt to come from the Red Tornadoes.
A
But
reminder, folks,
again, it looks like the Red Tornadoes can do this whenever they want. They just didn't feel like doing it much in the second half.
Well, I'll tell you what, the number of guys that are out there, they had a great track season this year.
Yeah,
They had a great track season. You can see how this is now carried over onto the football field.
Moreau's in to do the holding for Wasilewski. He's perfect so far on the night. And he is no longer perfect, as that one went wide. So the score remains 34-12 Red Tornadoes, and they'll get ready to kick off to the Canners.
Okay, 50-50 tickets. If you have the winner, come up here to the press box. 50-50 tickets. If you have the winner, come up here to the press box.
So again, we talk a little quick here about Supper Club, 6:15 every Thursday night before the game in the back room. Matucci's, $5 gets you to sit down. You can order off the menu. You can order while we're eating, whatever you feel like doing. But what a great night of Mount Carmel football. You got 5 players there a week. Cheerleaders. After the 5th or 6th game, we start bringing the senior band members to it. I mean, just really an all-around great time. And you want to know everything about this game and the upcoming game with Lancaster Catholic coming up next Thursday night, be there and you'll hear it all. And just get to ask some questions, do whatever you want to do. The kids are there, you can talk to them. It's just a great time all around. So remember, Red Tornado Supper Club every Thursday, 6:15 in the back room at Matucci's.
Go to the concession stand to pick
Menapace
up your game
ready to
ball.
kick off. And he has a nice kick down to the 19-yard line where the Canners, that's Wagner, picking and choosing his way, and Wagner brought down decisively down there by DeMarco.
DeMarco, number 26. DeMarco started over here on the left side, of course, on the kickoff team. Makes the play all the way over there, almost in front of the Tornado bench.
A big Canner thank you to Adams County Nursery.
Really not a lot of speed, though, for the Canners. There's nobody that's a burner here on this team at all.
If they're going to do it to you, they're going to pick you apart. They're going to move it down the field, and that's it. There's nobody going to break it out and hurt you.
All right, Whitmore, this time he hands it off inside. First time we've seen that, that's McMaster's, number 32.
McMaster with a first
and
down
McMaster
carry.
takes it up to the 49-yard line of the Canners, and he picks up a first down on a nice inside run by McMaster, and that's probably the second run of the second half for the Canners.
And we'll do
they only had 8 yards in the first half total.
Yeah, exactly.
Whitmoyer's passing.
Trying to head to Lieberham there, and just out of his reach. Covered by DeMarco.
I am being told that Northern is winning 31, Bermudian 0. Northern 31, Bermudian 0.
All right, brings up 2nd and 10 now for the Canners. Inside again, we go to McMaster's again, and McMaster's has some room. And McMaster's picks his way down the sideline in the Red Tornado territory, and he's down at the 36-yard line.
To the Mount Carmel 35, first down, Biglerville.
2 right up the middle again, picking his way after he gets through the line of scrimmage, picks up 2 quick first downs. Straight handoff.
Yeah, I mean, nothing fancy there. That's right up the gut there, and he's finding some room in that Red Tornado defense. This time an end around to Trockenbaugh, and he's got himself a lot of room. Trockenbaugh cuts inside, and he's going to take it down, and he is down at the 2.
2-yard line. I'll tell you what, got a lot of guys looking different ways that time and just juked them out of their spikes, as it would be.
It's First and goal.
Ball spotted on
And
the Mount Carmel 3.
Just about right. They're going to say the 3-yard line down there. So, and interesting enough, he throws the ball, and it is a touchdown. Score 34-18 now in favor of the Red Tornadoes, and we'll see if the Canners go for 2 here as they did the last time.
No, there's 8 minutes left. Puts them 2 scores down. That's it.
Yeah, 8:44 remaining here in the football game, and the Canners, as I said, will go for 2 here. And he's going to run it in, and he's taking it in himself. 34-20. Red Tornadoes in the lead, and they are right now, I can categorize them as they are hanging on to a lead now.
Yes, they are.
They are absolutely being mauled by this Canner team in the second half.
And I'll tell you what, you take a look, the coach from Biglerville mixed it up that time.
Yeah.
You know, he had the defense sitting back looking pass, and those 2 long runs really hurt.
Oh, absolutely. They have us completely off balance now defensively. To smother a team the way we did in the first half and to be picked apart in the second half is amazing. And again, it's a change in philosophy of the Canners, really, is how they attack that defense, but we are not able to adjust to it.
No, we're not moving the people into the right zones, into the right areas.
Thank you to everyone who donated everything to tonight's game. We got a special deal down at the bandstand. Baked potatoes, 2 for $1. 2 for $1. Baked potatoes at the bandstand.
All right, Long will tee it up for the Canners. Back deep is DeMarco, and he's flanked by, I don't know who he's flanked by, Pulowski on one side. Who's the far side guy?
24, and that is 24, Hepler.
Oh, 24, okay, Hepler. I couldn't see his number. It's going to go to out of bounds. So the ball will come up to the 35-yard line where the Red Tornadoes will start 1st and 10. And the Canner defense has some spring in their step here as they come out here to start this defensive series. I think the Red Tornadoes are missing Haynes in the backfield. That's the first thing they're doing. They're missing his ability. Now, he is back there again. He's back in the backfield for the Red Tornadoes. But he bore the brunt of this offense in the first half. He was out for most of the second half with cramps. So he's back in now at the 8:44 mark, and we'll see what his effect on this offense will be for the remainder of the game.
Yeah, we got the original starting lineup back in here. Julius is the lead blocker.
And it's Haynes, and Haynes is bottled up in the backfield. The Canners were all over it.
9 Canners in on that tackle at the line of scrimmage.
So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the Red Tornadoes.
Away here in the 4th quarter, 2nd down for the Red Tornadoes.
You know, you want to keep the ball on the ground, but you want to move it forward. There was no blocking that time in the line.
None.
Poor Haynes got mauled that time with about 9 players making the tackle.
And Haynes trots out again. He's good for a play or so, and that's about it down there. And DeMarco now will come in, and he'll be in back of Demetrius in that backfield. Red Tornadoes are split left, but it goes to DeMarco, and DeMarco now on the sideline, and DeMarco will pick up the 1st down out at the 47-yard line of the Red Tornadoes.
Oh, I like when he's in there. I truly like when Dave comes in, he just puts that extra effort into it, kicks to the outside, picks up the 1st down.
DeMarco stays in that backfield for the Red Tornadoes. Kovaleski brings the play in.
1st down for Mount Carmel at their own 46.
McCracken and Kovaleski come wide to this side of the field and right in front of us here. But it's DeMarco again, and this time DeMarco's going to be piled up.
Right at the line of scrimmage. Now we got a flag.
A wall of Canners.
That one may go against the Canners. I'm not sure.
I think it is. That was.
And I wasn't sure. He was leaping over
He
the pile
was.
there, so I wasn't sure if he did that deliberately. It didn't look like it,
No.
but he's gonna get. That's what he's gonna get tagged for. It's gonna be a 15-yard unsportsmanlike, but it really didn't look like that. Like he intentionally did it.
No, he was already. To me, he was already in motion, and he couldn't stop. You know, and I don't blame the kid for that one.
Coach Hibbs brings him right out of the game, though. I'll give him credit now, and he's talking to him right away. But again, I mean, you've seen a lot of flagrant calls and bad plays like that, but that was less than flagrant. I think you're right. His momentum just took him into the play, at least from where we are. I mean, if they saw something else, great, but I didn't see it. So that will push the ball into Canner territory down at the Canner 39-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes. This time it's Demetrius, and Demetrius is going to be brought down for a short gain.
It's always one guy right at the line of scrimmage there, and that time I think it was number
it's Lieberman, 21.
21.
21, Lieberman.
Yeah, he just swiped and took out Demetrius's legs. Demetrius might have picked up a good 5 yards on that one. But the main thing here, second and 9, we're already down to 6 minutes and 30 seconds. So we're doing, Coach wants the time off the clock, and this is the only way he's going to do it. Move the ball down the field, guys.
DeMarco again. This time DeMarco waits for his blocker, and he waited too
DeMarco
long.
That's
Trockenbaugh brings him down. Again, Trockenbaugh, one of the best players on the field for the Canners, both offense and defense. He's all over the place.
What you can't do is, David's a heck of a runner, but you can't get him stopped dead in his tracks like that. Let him just run loose. That time his blocker stopped, and he shouldn't have. He should just kept on going.
3rd and 9.
So now it's 3rd and 9 for the Red Tornadoes. The clock continues to tick at 5:45.
Goins is out. DeMarco's out. We bring in
Haynes is back in.
Haynes is back in with Julius as the blocker.
Now McCracken and Pulowski are out over here, and it's going to be a motion penalty on the Red Tornadoes.
And flags fly at the 5.5-minute point in the 4th quarter.
So it'll be 3rd and 14 now for the Red Tornadoes.
Illegal procedure called against Mount Carmel. They'll have 3rd and long, 14 yards for a 1st down at the Canner 42.
Back to pass is Washleski trying to set up a screen pass. The Canners initially read it very well, and they'll bring him down 10 yards short of the 1st down, and the Red Tornadoes will end up punting the ball to the Canners.
Canners are calling timeout.
At the Biglerville 40.
The ball's down at the 40-yard line of Biglerville. So the Red Tornadoes will be kicking and trying to pin the Canners deep. 4:57 remaining in the ball game as the Canners now have a timeout on the field to discuss what they want to do in this situation.
While we have this break in the action, we bring you a
Not only did the Canners offense step it up, but I think also their defense has stepped it up a little bit. Also, their defense is sort of giving the offensive line for the Tornadoes some fits. In the first half, the offensive line was putting some nice sized holes in there, and now they're having a little bit more difficult time doing that.
Yep. Now, you remember last year, the Canners also got off slow. They had a very slow first half, but then played very well in the second half.
Got gas. Do you?
This is a fairly talented Canner team. It really is. They've got some athletes out there. They really do. This Trockenbaugh and Whitmoyer. There's some good-looking ball players out there.
4th down, Mount Carmel at the Biglerville 40.
Wagner will go deep, and Wagner will get down around his 10-yard line to await the Washleski punt.
Washleski's punt.
Punt's going to drop down
Excellent
and go out
kick.
of bounds about the 14-yard line.
Yep, nice and low.
No run back, nothing like that.
Yep, nothing run back. He just wanted to skip along the ground, and it did that, and went out of bounds on the 12-yard line.
Left in the 4th quarter at Biglerville.
So the Canners take over 1st and 10, and they'll have 4:51 to do any kind of damage they have left. They trail 34-20 here in the ball game. Clokus at the free safety position now instead of Haynes, as Whitmire looks over the defense and he hands it on that end around. And that time a great play by Chickatano. Great play by Phil Chickatano. Trockenbaugh's done some damage with that play, but Phil said not this time.
Yep. That was a great play, and he stayed low to the ground. If you watch him on that one, he came right in and made the tackle.
This time under a little bit of pressure, waited till he had his man and overthrew him. One of the few poor passes he's thrown. There was no way he was going to catch up to that.
Although he was open that time, the receiver was open, and all he had to do was just take a little bit off it.
Yep, yeah, Lieberman actually had a step, but there was no way he could catch up to that.
But again, he had some pressure that time. He was forced out of the pocket. He moved out and, couldn't quite set his feet correct.
Now, Trockenbaugh has come out of the game now with a cramp, so he's on the sideline for the Canners. And he's been limping around now for a couple of minutes, and finally they had to get him out. But absolutely takes one threat away from the Canners when he's out of the game.
This is a big play right here. It's 3rd down, 3rd and 10. They're going to have to punt. And
it's going to be 3rd and 15, and we had two guys moving at the same time.
Yep.
And that's what happens when Trockenbaugh came out. They had to replace him, and that was the guy that moved wrong. I mean, again, he was just a step too quick in that offense. So it brings up 3rd and 15 now, and they have not been very good in the long yardage situations. Again, he's not had enough time to throw a long pass.
The penalty will back the Canners back to their own 8, where they have 3rd and long, 15 yards for a 1st down.
Back to pass under some pressure. He lets it rip. And he was trying to hit Wagner, and he was just a step away from him. Clokus on the coverage for the Red Tornadoes.
Clokus was on him pretty tight. Good pass again.
Yep.
It's right there, very close to being caught.
So it'll bring up a 4th down for the Canners. The Canners are on their own 9-yard line, so they're going to have to punt. There's no way they're going to go for it here at that part of the field. I have not seen the punter go on the field yet, but I know they're going to have to.
Timeout. Canners.
I mean, I know you're behind and all, but they're just when you're on your
too much.
They're on their 8-yard line actually. Maybe they're 9. They're on their 8. I just can't believe they would even consider going for it from the 8-yard line.
Trockenbaugh is back up again, number 81.
Yeah, he's not running too good, though. He has that same gait about him that Haynes has right now. It's probably the longest opening night ride ever. I mean, seriously, probably we ever made on opening night. 2 hours, a little more than 2 hours to get down here. The last part of the ride, beautiful. I mean, through the apple orchards, absolutely fantastic drive when you got down off 81 there. All right, they go for it, Whitmire, and Whitmire's going to air it out. He's trying to find Wagner, and he was out of bounds. If Wagner caught it, he would have been out of bounds. He had good coverage by Clokus and Morgan. Were both on him, and they turn it over at their own 9-yard line. That's the tough part of this one.
And the nice part is that he played him nice. He hipped him out of bounds. Actually, he kept on bumping.
Yeah, just kept moving him out.
Yep.
So a gutsy play by Coach Hibbs. I go for broke play. What are you going to do? He did what he had to do in his mind, and the Red Tornadoes take over and set the ball on the 8-yard line. It's 1st and goal from the 8. You don't often see that happening, that kind of change of downs.
You know what, though? The way his defense was playing, I think I would have – he had 4 minutes and 6 seconds left. I think I would have punted the ball.
You got Hepler in back at Kanovich now, and it's Kanovich with the quick opener to the fullback. He'll take it down to the, let's say down to the 7.
That's where the ball's at now.
See where they actually
There you go. Oh, there you go. He's moving it back.
see where they. I don't think they're not going to give him a gain on it now, where they're setting it down. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
And he keeps walking with the ball. Where's he going? Put the ball in the grass.
Goins will go over into the slot.
Yep. Well, he's a wing right now.
And they throw it to Pulowski, and they give Pulowski that opening, and Pulowski makes
He's
a nice
gonna
move.
score.
And Pulowski's going to take it in.
Yep.
The sophomore Pulowski scores for the Red Tornadoes at the 3:40 mark.
Good for a Mount Carmel
The
touchdown.
score now 40-20 Red Tornadoes. I'll tell you what, that was a nice 8-yard run by
Yes, it
Pulowski.
was.
It's some nice blocking. They did Goins.
Yep.
They did everything they
Kicked
wanted
him
with
out.
Goins, pushed everybody outside and let him cut up. And he scores the touchdown.
Yeah, James did a nice block there. He kicked the end to the outside, and Pulowski just ran up behind him.
So a nice play by the Red Tornadoes. We have a new place kicker in here. It looks like DeMarco is going to attempt the extra point now out of the Moreau's hole. So DeMarco, his first attempt of the evening for the Red Tornadoes. And DeMarco puts it up, and he's good. So the score, Red Tornadoes 41. The Canners 23:40 remaining here in the ball game in Biglerville, and the Red Tornadoes are getting ready to kick off to the Canners.
Now, 20/20 hindsight, I do have to question that.
Yeah,
goal on the
I wouldn't have
fourth
done
down.
that.
You know
I
what I
absolutely
mean?
not. I wouldn't have done it with 4 minutes left in the game
Right,
like he did.
exactly.
If I was down to 2 minutes or something, I'd say okay. But I wouldn't have done it with that much time left on the clock.
And especially the way his offense was running and his defense. Both
Yeah.
of them were running on
Yeah.
all cylinders here in the second half. So
I mean, we have the joy of questioning that. But,
yeah, it's true.
but I wouldn't have. I mean, I thought that was an odd one myself when he did it, and it came back to haunt him, and the game's out of reach for him now no
Yep.
matter what. So I'm right for the first time this season, and maybe the last. So I want to savor this for a minute. All right, Menapace will tee it up for the Red Tornadoes here. Wagner and Lieberman deep, and it'll go down to Lieberman at the 20. And Lieberman on the run, and he'll be stopped up at the 36-yard line, where it's 1st and 10.
36.
Sean
For
McCullum
the
making the
Canners.
tackle that time. Doug Kraniak is in number 40. He's playing in the linebacker position.
Number 30 in the ball
Casella.
game. Also, now there's Keith Casella in the ball game for the Red Tornadoes. And it's Wagner up the middle. And Wagner will be brought down in there
McMaster.
by Menapace, number
Menapace.
88.
Colin Menapace playing defense.
Jeff Foster, 32, crosses the Biglerville
Canners come
40.
up, no huddle.
Whitmoyer again looks downfield, and he's just winging it now. And he's probably at his most inaccurate point of the game in the last 3 or 4 passes. Again, he's not nearly as accurate deep as he is when he's in the short and middle. The middle passes where he really shows some zip on the ball, and he really hits his man. He has not done much deep, though, today. And again, this is more of a desperation offense where you don't run it as much in practice as you would the regular one.
41.
But they've got a lot of yardage to make up in a short amount of time to do it, trailing 41-20. A lot of traffic there, and no way to get the ball. Again, his favorite receiver in that position is number 42 because he's so big, is the Wagner kid. That's who he tries to hit the most in these situations.
Number 1 covered though, but number 2, he overthrew that ball that time. He was way out of range.
All right, it brings up a 3rd down now and about 5. Hit as he left it go that time, and again he's I'm guessing he's winging it to his spot because they're not getting to the spot, but he throws it.
Menapace put the pressure on him that time.
Yeah, Collins spun him around, but you see the arm strength of that kid. Even when he's being hit, he can let it loose, but he's not nearly accurate enough deep.
That was actually 4th down. The Tornadoes are taking over the ball here.
I looked at the goal. If you notice, the
scoreboard
still says 3rd down even now.
Still says 3rd down. Must be the announcer trying to run the whole show.
And the guy with the marker had the marker bent over, and I couldn't see that one either. So. The scoreboard's not been even close to most of the things going on here tonight. So.
Number 71, John Augustine is in now. Matalavich.
And number 4 is Stewart. Eddie Stewart in at quarterback for the Red Tornadoes. Number 24.
Hepler. Matt Hepler's in there.
Stewart is a guy they're talking a lot about. They like him a lot.
Yep. Billy Hoskin is in, number 31 for the Tornadoes.
And Stewart's a freshman coming in at quarterback here. So
is he really?
Yep. They have a lot of good things to say about him. We heard a lot of good things about Supper Club about him. He has a bright future for us.
Number 10, Adam Juraski. It looks like Justin Latour, number 11, is in. And so are the flags.
Everybody threw a flag on that one, as we had too many guys on the field on that one. we had probably 13 guys. I feel like 2 of them tried to sneak off at the end there, and that unfortunately comes with when you're substituting a lot of people in the game and everybody's trying to get in. It's a hallmark of Coach Brennan's career here is a lot of people play all the time and everybody plays for the end of the game. Now the ball's on the ground.
Oh, and he picks it up too. Nice play.
Very nice play by I'm not sure who came. Let me see who comes up there. 30 is the guy that picked the ball up.
Keith Casella.
Yeah, that was a heads-up play by Keith. The ball dropped on the ground. He never broke stride. He took it right up and kept running. So
number 55 was in John Amrose.
Mark Minnick, number 3, is going to be in at a wide receiver spot here for the Red Tornadoes.
Dan Hood, number 73, is in, playing a tackle position.
And the Red Tornadoes are broken down the sideline, and he's all the way down inside the 15 down to the 13.
Matt Hepler.
Matt Hepler, that's the second big play for Matt Hepler tonight for the Red Tornadoes.
Now, unfortunately, I think that thing is coming back. Great run by Matt Hepler. Looks like number 77, Dave Besser, he's in for the Tornadoes.
Behind the stadium, the bonfire begins immediately following tonight's contest, and the bonfire features snacks, drinks, and music, all sponsored.
All right, so the penalty does go against the Red Tornadoes. It brings the ball all the way back from the 14-yard line out to the 43-yard line.
Number 52, Jordan Sinopoli.
So it's 3rd and 12 for the Red Tornadoes. Jesse Barwicki now over here at the wide receiver spot. Canner's all over that play. Hepler, the ball carrier. Game is inside a minute now, counting down at 55 seconds and counting. Here we have a Canner down on the field now during that scrum that was going on at the last second. So we have a Canner down. That'll stop the clock at the 52-second mark of the ball game. I'm just looking over our shoulder, Wayne. They have I was talking to one of the security people at halftime. He was actually checking my credentials.
Oh, really?
But right across, literally probably, 25, 30 yards away from us, there's a church across the parking lot, and after every home game, the church sponsors, they have a bonfire there. It's
Yeah,
lit and going
it's
right
going
now. And they have free snacks and refreshments for everybody after the game, for all the kids and all to go after the game into the parking lot. Really nice tradition and a really neat way to get everybody together after a game. I said it's a shame actually for this series to end. It's been a competitive series. The 2 games will go up 2-0, and not again. I can't even imagine seeing them in the foreseeable future with the way the new conference will come into play. And we'll talk about the new conference over the next few games as we get time. But a lot of teams this year we'll be seeing for the final time ever.
Yeah, you'll be seeing Loyal Sauk coming up, Hughesville, Warrior Run, Central Columbia is another one in there, depending on what division that they're going to be in. These schedules are already made up. And
schedule for next year's done.
Yep.
We'll talk about that too. We'll tell you what that schedule is when we get home next week. One of the oddities of the schedule coming up, we play Shamokin this year at Shamokin, and we play next year at Shamokin.
Right.
We have 2 away games at Shamokin
and
because of a quirk in the schedule.
And I think Southern plays them both home games the next 2 years too.
Really?
Yeah.
Stewart on a keeper, and he's trying to get around a corner. He made a nice move inside there.
Number 4,
A nice run. You see how speedy he is.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
27 seconds now.
He just needed 1 block.
Not sure why the clock stopped. Are you?
Nope.
No, the clock stopped as we're turning down, so it's 4th. Don't go by the scoreboard. You'll get confused.
Oh, okay. And I just did. I looked down there.
No, it's first down Canners now as the ball is turned over.
And Tornado's called timeout. He needs to get some guys on the field defense.
Yeah, he has a completely new team on defense in there.
Number 3, Mark Minnick is in.
Yeah, he has a whole bunch of new guys on the defensive side of the ball there. Tony Rossi's coming into the ball game now for the Red Tornadoes also.
Brett Osowski, number 15, is in there.
Justin Augustine, 71. I can see him also in the ball game. And it looks like
27 Sinopoli, I did mention.
Tonight's attendance.
There's a new quarterback in the game for the Canners also, and that's number 9.
Myers, you were right.
Junior Jared Picarelli will be the new quarterback for the Canners as they go on offense here with 27 seconds remaining in the game. And he hands it off to McMaster. McMaster's free in the defensive backfield of the Red Tornadoes. Makes a nice move and brought down at the last minute by number 3 for the Red Tornadoes. Mark Minnig on the stop. 18 seconds, first down Canners. Master had a good roam into the defensive backfield.
Ball spotted at the Mount Carmel 31.
And an entire new defense in for
47, Matt Dietz is in.
And the ball's on the ground, and it's picked up by a Red Tornado, and it's a foot race by the Red Tornadoes. 54 for the Red Tornadoes.
Nick Grotti.
Nick Grotti picks the fumble up and takes it into the end zone with no time on the clock. Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Grotti takes the ball in, runs about
60 yards,
maybe
man.
60 yards.
Got it.
Into the end zone for the final touchdown with no time on the clock. They will not kick the extra point here. I don't believe so anyway.
Nope.
No, they won't. It's 47-20 on the big run by Nick Grady.
Great run by Nick, I'll tell you what.
Nick's a freshman, folks. A freshman runs the ball in for the Red Tornadoes. That's the way to start your career.
He's got to be a happy camper.
That's the way to start your first game in the varsity. It's to run it in from that far out. I tell you what, Nick's a pretty speedy guy, too. He had everybody chasing him. He outran them all into the end zone. So that is the end of the football game here in Biglerville. The Red Tornadoes will leave with a 47-20 victory, but not as a little closer than that score actually lets me believe. It was a lot harder fought than it was, and there was a lot of nervousness there for a little while in that third quarter as the Canners really mounted a comeback and played some good football. all in all, in an opening game, the Tornadoes going to be very happy with the way things turned out. They made
Especially-
a 2-hour trip.
Especially the first half, and you got to admit, yes, being on a bus for 2 hours, that's no excuse. But
Well, it's just,
you know, it's,
on a first game, I mean, it's tough. It really is.
It is tough. But boy, I'll tell you what, they if this is the way the defense is going to play the rest of the year, they came out like gangbusters in the first half, and they just, I was truly impressed. They did a great job. The offense started to roll around in the second quarter. Haynes was, of course, the bread and butter man. He did exactly, I think, what Coach wanted him to do, and the line blocked fantastic in the first half.
Yep.
You know, and we sort of got tired a little bit, and maybe rightfully so. You know, I mean, there was a lot of running up and down the field, a lot of yardage picked up.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, if there is a downside, we definitely got winded. We definitely were out of it a little bit there, and it showed in the cramping and all. Again, all signs of fatigue. So. And again, on a night where you wouldn't normally see that, I mean, it's actually people are wearing coats right now. It got cold out here now. It's got to be in the low 60s or even high 50s right now at game time, at the end of the game. So, but again, a big win. Any win on your opening game when you're unsure and you got a lot of new guys doing a lot of new things. This was a big win. They scored a lot of points, and they come away with a big win. They look next week as we come home for a 2-game homestand. And we start that homestand next Friday night this Friday night coming with Lancaster Catholic.
Tough one.
Yep, a loss on our schedule last year down at Lancaster Catholic. And, of course, they went deep into the playoffs. They were the 3rd or 4th ranked AA team in the state. So they've lost some people, but they're coming back. And, again, that's a very strong program with a strong tradition. We have them in the Silver Bowl. And that'll be the next real test of us to see where, how far we come. And they always say, the coaching statement always is the same. The whatever you do between the first and second game defines the season.
Right.
That's where the most improvement or no improvement is made, and that's where you're going to see, really how good you are. So we look forward to doing that. But again, a big win for the Red Tornadoes. We look forward to another big AA test from a state power, Lancaster Catholic, coming in the Silver Bowl in a couple days' time. Tomorrow night, you got Supper Club. Be there or be square. You'll truly enjoy it. If you've not been to one and you're a football fan, we start at 6:15. We're done by 7:45. You're out by 7:45 most of the time. And again, you get to meet the kids. You get a great meal.
Yep.
And you can't go wrong with the meal. The Matucci's family continues to just stun me with what they serve us all the time, and all around a good time. So until that time, we're going to get back in the car and take the long overnight trip back to Mount Carmel from here. And again, we end this series 2-0. And we will not be seeing the Canners in the foreseeable future. We wish them the best of luck. We want to also say thank you to all the people here associated with Biglerville High School and the Upper Adams School District. They couldn't be nicer. I mean, truly a great bunch of people here, very accommodating, everything we needed. They took care of for us, and you can't ask for more than that.
That's right.
So for WKMC TV, I am Warren Altamar.
And Wayne Brokenshire.
Until Friday, good night.